Hello. Welcome back, everybody, to Whispers of Hope, our Legend of Zelda inspired Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I am Zom, the Dungeon Master. We're back again. I'm tired. I slept for like 12 hours and my brain is off. It's weird. So we'll just do our introductions as usual, and then we'll get started. Start with Vivra.
Hello. aka Novaretta, aka Vivra Lacru, the Twili druid.
Demira.
I'm Jaxi. I play Demira, the weapon spirit.
Akari.
I'm Sky, or CeruleanxIris, and I play Akari, the Shiekah rogue.
Velkorin.
I'm AlistairForgall, and I play Velkorin.
And our new player, Lumi.
I'm NibiNekomata, and I play Lumi, the Rito bard.
Ooh, first introduction for Nibi. Wee. Fine, nobody else show excitement. Okay. All right.
I said
thank you, Sky.
I don't
pick it
think
up.
Discord picked it up.
It did not.
Gosh dang
I
it,
just
Discord!
had silence, and I was
I'm
like,
over
okay.
here celebrating, and Discord's like,
Okay.
you don't get it.
Okay,
No,
guys.
Zom's on their own.
It's fine.
I was muted to check that the audio was working.
Yeah.
That's fine. And as always, I am Zom. I am the Dungeon Master. Sorry, my brain is
Punch Discord in the face if it keeps
Fun.
freaking muting me for no reason.
Small announcement for, not that you'd be able to hear it, but I do have closed captioning installed now, for at least for me. I haven't figured out how to do it for everybody, but I have at least put the captions on for mine. You can hear closed captioning. Yes. No, I understand, but so that works now. Like I said, I haven't figured out how to do both me and everybody, but whatever. We'll figure that out some other day, maybe. But I don't know how it's gonna work. Might be just a deal with it thing, but I don't know. More chances for people to see shit, though, at least. So got that going. As well as we had a bonus episode with Velkorin and Demira. That is uploaded now, but you might wait until the end of this session to watch it, obviously, because it might give away some things. But yeah, that's up there. As far as the players, don't watch it until after the session, obviously. Not that you could watch it, but yeah.
I gotta turn closed captions off. I'm gonna die. It said
it's
Phil
terribly.
Collins
I know it's not perfect
for
but
Velkorin.
especially
I'm
Names.
AlistairForgall, and I play Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
All right, it's time for my musical number real quick.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
It said Phil Collins and Demira.
Jesus, eat. All right. I need to not read the captions as they're coming, because then it's just an internal loop forever. Oh God. All right.
Oh my goodness,
Anyway.
I gotta turn that off. Get it out of here.
Anyway. So brief recap of what happened the last time. The party, what did that last time? That's a good question. Lumi was introduced to the party. That was what happened last time. That's a big one. Lumi had joined the party after you guys had your discussions with Frederick and Elena and Okoku, all three of them. You guys kind of had some more details of what was going on. Basically, we have a month to prepare for the coronation that's going to be happening in the east with the Zora Prince Mikau. And then Frederick gathered some intel that there may be an attempt on his life. So they are attempting to prepare some extra safeguards to make sure nothing happens. Hence why Lumi is with the group, because they are essentially supplying the enchantments to keep the ceremonial garb, but also have the protection from the ceremonial garb, since they are working with Lumi, who works with Malice. Also, we had Vibra and Okoku finally reuniting, figuring out that she is alive, Turns out she was captured for a while and suffered a few injuries, which, you know, yeah, it is what it is. What happens with her. Vivra ended up giving up her magical eye to Okoku as either a sign of respect or whatever. I don't know what her plan is with that, but we'll find out. And then Velkorin and Demira met with the Deku Tree. The Deku Tree had requested a secret mission, essentially, for them to solve a problem that's going on in the forest. Again, you can get more into that on the bonus episode that was uploaded to YouTube. So for that, we'll continue onwards from there. So we'll start off with the morning of the first night after. Well, I should say it should be afternoon now of whatever. But let me get our music first.
And please.
But yeah, we will start with everybody else. What is everybody doing except for Velkorin and Demira? Because I know what you're doing here this morning.
Did someone get inspiration already?
Oh, right. Thank you for reminding me. Akari,
You're
you get it
welcome.
today.
Nice. So wait, this is the next day after we all got back from the forest and all
Correct.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll play out this first day here. So.
Okay. Well, Vivra was probably just gonna do her morning run like she used to, unless Okoku's like, no, we're gonna have morning tea.
I don't know. You're gonna go
something like
find
that.
Okoku and have morning tea here.
Or maybe I'll do my run and then find Okoku and have morning tea. Usually get up right at sunrise anyway, so.
All right. Well, Akari, what are you doing this morning?
If this is continuing off the first day, if she's not told to go away, she would take time to still hang around and get to know Lumi. And in between free time, she'd probably be hopping through the trees to kind of do a personal training and keep herself agile.
I would say you definitely notice that as you kind of start doing this by yourself, after a while, you would notice that now there's like 3 or 4 Kokiri children that are following you, basically, as you're doing it. Seeing if you can... Some of them are... Essentially, they're seeing if you can keep up with them at some point. But for the most part, yeah, mostly that's you.
If they get in front of her, she would follow.
You are jumping around in the trees with the Kokiri. Amusing. I guess, Lumi, what are you doing this morning?
Lumi probably set to work immediately, working on her enchantments, and she'll probably be busy with those until noon. Her door is unlocked while she's awake and inside, so people are always free to drop by, like Akari, since she already knows where she lives.
Which we established off stream that Lumi has her own treehouse that she's been staying in. So as a
Nice.
temporary housing for her. She's the important lost the word. I had it in my head and it immediately went away. Not patron. It's the other way around. She's the one doing the thing. I can't remember. Whatever. Benefactor. Go with that. Nope, that's still not the right word.
No, benefactor's the one that
Nope,
pays.
that's still the wrong word.
Is it? It's not client, is it?
She wouldn't be the client either. She's the one that's doing the thing.
Yeah, that's.
I know what that word is. It's the other word. The
Honored
supplier.
guest.
Whatever. Honored guest works. Good enough. All right. Well, the 3 are doing your typical morning routine.
Yeah. Always run as a wolf.
Fair enough. if you all didn't already notice, we did update. Well, Jaxi updated the Demira, or not Demira, Vivra's eye, so it is
The
missing.
change in Demira.
For
one pixel has been moved.
now. Yeah. Just as, if you didn't already notice, that's been updated. But yeah. All right. If you guys are just doing your morning routines, then we will get to the other two who are in the forest. So, I have to change the music for that. You guys are in the Lost Woods. Have the scenery set
Yes,
up
we
for
both
that.
got lost. Just kidding.
I was about to say, I was
Keep
be like,
on, guys.
what?
It's good knowing ya. I wish this is why you can't watch the session
The
because
secret is
Because you guys
I
are
died.
dead.
He's dead. Yes.
In
Velkorin
reality,
died.
not far off from the truth.
Holy
Yeah,
smokes.
you
Because
got
in a
close.
way, I did die.
Oh my
You got close.
gosh.
You had at least like 20 hit points left by the end of that.
No, I
was after
died.
healing.
I died because I committed the kill of myself.
Oh right. That's right. Yeah, Demira died too.
Yes.
Yeah, Demira is also dead. So we're
Spoilers.
going to be
killed
introducing our new characters. I hope
Spoilers.
you're ready for
Both people.
the clown.
Without the one person with Revivify?
Yep. Spoilers, both
Yeah.
of them died.
Oh, jeepers Christ.
Alright, so I know on you guys won't, everybody else wouldn't know this, but at the end of the session, the bonus episode, it said you guys had made your way back into town. But we're gonna small retcon that will be you guys are in the deeper part of the forest right now and have made your way back to the Deku tree at least, with the help of the forest guardian Demira carrying Velkorin, who, well, you know what happened to Velkorin. Carrington, that's the new name for the guardian, I guess. I need to put this away and stop looking at it. It's gonna distract me.
Yeah, I turned it off so fast the moment I was like, no, this is bad.
Just need to know that it's working. Anyway, so yes, Demira and Velkorin, after your initial, well, like I said, you guys know what happened. I don't want to give away too much, but we can give it away
After you
through
were
the
ENVtuber.
story. But yeah, so Demira and Velkorin, you guys have made your way back to the Deku tree at least. Before Velkorin, I want you to make a Constitution save for me. Or first roll for the day to see how much your thing is affecting you.
Constitution save
Yes,
12.
not bad, but not great.
I couldn't remember if it was a negative or not.
Oh,
think
Gordon,
you
that
have
is
okay.
bad. What are you talking about?
I think your only negative is your strength.
Yeah, but we discussed it literally last week, and
Yeah.
then I got confused.
Yeah, because I thought your con was bad too, but your con is all right. I think you only have like a +1 or 2 or whatever. Anyways, so obviously your arm is throbbing with what happened. You probably definitely are feeling worn out and probably have a fever due to the wound. So you are not feeling great right now. But you guys have made your way back to the Deku tree, who has obviously noticed the change in the forest, but also sees your condition, Velkorin. He speaks up and says, I felt the blessing leave you, and that was concern enough. Also, the curse seems to have been relieved, but you don't seem well. What happened?
Quick question. Can I lie?
You
To
can.
a god.
Whether or not they.
If anyone would, it would be Velkorin.
Mainly.
You can
for-
certainly try, as they say.
Then I won't lie. It would appear that the item that we were messing with, when I touched it, rejected me and burned up my arm. And left me scarred. That is a... Hold on. I know I'm gonna get asked. He knows I'm lying. That's a 21 for deception, please, sir.
This is a extremely wise Dekutree, so
Demira was not prepared for this, so you do not have guidance.
I'm just gonna like look at him or look at the Dekutree and kind of look at around and just kind of like nod like this. I would prefer this to be in private.
roll a second insight to infer that.
Oh, that's a 14. I thought it was a 4. This my one
Wow,
ring dice is like the
brain.
ring.
You said
right
it was a
next to
4
the
and I
door.
rolled a 4. Wow.
No, insight would be, if I could read, 16. No, where the ring pops closer to the numbers, it makes the 14 with the like glare look like a
Oh.
4 because the ring covers up the 1.
You beat a deity, so he gets the hint that you aren't really telling the whole truth, but can see that your tone is implying you don't want. It's just like he didn't want people to worry about what's going on. You don't want them to worry what's going on with you. And he pauses for a moment, and so it was an item that was causing the corruption.
It was some kind of dark scale that was slowly spreading, and the more when we got close to it, it spreaded quicker, taking on our forms.
He went, whoa. He was confused by that part. Scale creating this corruption that caused. What did the scale look?
Noticing that Velkorin's, handling the conversation and stuff, and also that, like, since he's injured and low health, like, Demira's allowing him to lean on it, but also will be casting guidance on him for the foreseeable future till we get back, as long as they're touching.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious that he's not. I mean, he didn't mention the whole part about what happened completely, so you at least obviously have picked up on that since you were there.
Yeah. So you have guidance whenever you want it.
Julio. What did he ask again?
What did the scale look like?
I'm just gonna describe what I remember the scale looking like.
Because you don't remember.
Because
even though it's right there in your DMs. Been a week.
Well, hold on. Let me open up our DMs and I forgot it. I forgot that you sent me it in DMs because I was looking for it in our spoiler chat.
Oh.
I'm like, it's not here.
No. I'll move it there later.
It looks like a purple scale with a point with a red tip, like a purplish blue, kind of like a fish scale with a red pointed tip at the top.
Alright, sorry. I had to type something real quick. Yeah, so. The Dekutree kind of pauses a moment to think. I'm not sure what that could have been. Been a long time since I've had any sort of corruption in the forest like that. Last thing we had was with anything even close to having that kind of decay was when the Demon King was here. But as far as I knew, he was sealed away due to the hero and the princess. Bit concerning. Seems that you have dealt with it, so hopefully that was the end of it. Where's your arm?
If the corruption starts again, I would not send just anybody.
Good to know. Hopefully that was just remnants from the past and not a start of something more sinister. But you helped me, so I owe you something. Within my power, I can do whatever I can. But there's something you need from me.
I actually have a request.
First,
I'm gonna go behind Demira and push Demira up a little bit.
Up until now, Demira has just been like looking between the two of them with concern as they speak.
If you can answer any of the questions she has, I think for now that would be payment enough.
Oh, I got a chance to ask a few things. There's actually some information I should give you also.
I'll gladly
Gonna-
answer any questions I can.
I'm gonna pat Demira on the head.
Forgetting she's shorter than you. She has tall girl energy, so I
Oh,
always
wow.
forget. I always forget she's
if my
way
hair
shorter
is
than
floating up, I look taller than I am. I'm
Does
8
she
feet tall
float
now.
too? Yeah.
Somebody cast enlarge on her, so it makes sense.
There will be times where you have more questions and need more answers, and having a place you can come to ask that might know always comes in handy.
Thank you. And Demira looks up at the Deku tree and does a little bow. I'll think on this.
Whenever you excuse me, whenever you have any questions, feel free to come ask me. The Guardian can always assist you getting here, and you have my blessing. You should not need to fear the forest at all.
Oh, one
Yeah.
more thing I may
Yeah.
have forgotten. Can I have that again, please?
I was gonna say.
It seems when I touched the scale and it burned me that it shut off any protection I had.
I felt the blessing leave you. Wondering what caused that. Why cheese? Why?
I'm throwing cheese at Demira.
Oh,
Like I throw it at a cat or a baby.
got it.
Right on
Oh,
their face.
cheese. Smack. One of the roots. There we go. I can't word today. Come up from the ground and attempt to touch your arm. Your arm does not like. He pauses for a moment. For whatever reason, your body won't accept it. Very weird. Almost as if you were getting a blessing from a different deity and cannot override it.
Interesting.
I
guess we're holding hands, and I'm gonna grab Demira's hand.
and it hurts because your arm's fucked up.
Oh,
The other arm. I have
Oh.
2 hands.
I have 2 hands. Okay, the guardian's
do
holding your other
have-
one.
I do have one more cure wounds in my ring of spell storing, so realizing that Velkorin won't have the blessing to get home, Demira will give the extra cure wounds to him also. I'll roll for that in a sec.
Yeah. You're gonna try to heal him a bit more. Guardian itself, the Forest Guardian, looks up to Decadrine. You can tell that they might have had a quick conversation within their minds, but he nods, and essentially, you guys are doing the whole arm over arm, whatever, holding Velkorin up, because he seems obviously very weakened by whatever happened.
Yeah, I accidentally long rested, but I'm pretty sure I'm at
I
like
know,
20 HP right now.
Actually, I was gonna say I long rested you because I was using your
thing.
thing.
I'm pretty
so.
sure I'm at like 20 something HP.
Yeah.
I was only able to heal you like 9 hit points anyway.
Yeah, because I was
Hey,
down at
that's
like 4 or 5 for a while.
That's what happens when you fight yourself.
So you get just a little bit of extra.
Get a little fucked up. Okay, he got his hits in.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking can't remember what we did the math, but it was well over 130 damage on the first hit. That's all I'm gonna spoil for that. Go watch it and find out what happened. But yeah, okay.
I have a question about this effect.
Yes.
Is this effect like the effect isn't a we're gonna have to sit down and talk about this because your numbers are wrong on this.
Numbers are wrong. Did I write?
Because you have like what the bonus effect is if I do like the thingamajig, right?
Yep.
That's his, but you also have effects on the bottom that already have 2 additional effects. So are those 2 additional effects constant, or are those the effects I pick from? And you just
those are the
wrote
effects you
down
pick from. So
Okay.
you can choose to do a thing, and those 2 options, you can pick between one of those 2. So each time you pick that, it'll cause the effect to happen.
And then if I pick the second one, I can take multiple of
Yes,
the dice
both
hits.
of them you can do multiple times. You can do the buff as many times as you want. But then the other effect happens because of that.
I'm gonna end up killing myself.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole point.
What the heck?
He's got a
He has
fun
a
thing
dangerous
now.
new toy.
He's got a new toy. That's the
I got a
easiest
new
way.
toy that's probably worse than it's actually beneficial.
Yeah, well.
You built it.
I did build
You
it,
did
but I didn't
build
think
it.
I was gonna get it.
Zom tricked.
This is how you trick people. Make your players build the cursed item for you.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So yes, you can, when you do a thing, you can choose one of those 2 effects, and you can do it as many times as you want, or as helped for. But it has to be chosen before you do your roll.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So when he decides he wants to share what it does, then go for that. And I'll show it to everybody else. But it'll be fun. Anyways. So yeah, the Deku tree, the roots that he had that had touched your arm to try to give you the blessing. You feel a slight glow on the end of the root, which is him attempting to try to heal your arm. Does restore your hit points back to full, but it does not your wound. you are healthy, but you are still feeling the effects of basically the burn on your arm. Which you have it mostly hidden, so I won't describe what it looks like.
Alrighty.
Unless you want to show it off. I don't.
No, I think he's gonna wear a long sleeve and a glove for a while.
For now, we'll say the Deku tree essentially gave you kind of, because I know your armor got, or not your armor, but your robe / armor got fucked up because of it.
Yeah, the arm got shredded.
The vines or whatever kind of wrap around your arm gently, and leaves grow up to hide it. Right now, you have just like a bunch of leaves covering your arm, basically, and then your glove that you're.
That's not suspicious.
Yeah, well,
Well, until I get home and I put on a new shirt.
you can say that it's a salve. The Deku tree just speaks up and says, "It seems I'm not able to heal it, but I know I can sense that you want to keep this from your group for now. So,
At
if
least
anybody
until I
asks,
understand it more.
if they ask, just say that it's a salve to help heal it. Probably the easiest way. Just say, especially if you say, I was the one that helped. I'm sure they won't question me, of all people." The first time you've ever kind of had a hint of almost arrogance from the Deku tree, which is very weird. But anyways, it smells. Make it grape scent. No, it would smell closer to like mint, actually, because that's what the Deku trees are. Like a hint of mint, almost. That kind of fresh and minty smell. But I'm gonna say Deku leaves smell it. Dripping in menthol. Like, hey, it works. Hey, you put menthol on burns, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about that, but now I'm saying I would thought about that. And
I
Yeah,
put
it's
Hindsight.
icy
pure,
hot.
unadulterated bourbon on my burns. If it
Ooh.
doesn't sting more, is it really
Ooh.
worth the burn?
It's the Project Zomboid way.
Oh,
It really is.
no, don't do that.
If I'm
So-
not crying every 10 seconds, is it really worth it?
Oh, God. Actually, there's a slight cooling sensation, which also hurts because it's a burn. Feels good, but also hurts. It's both.
It's so good, but it's bad. Oh, but oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I mean, it's like when you get a burn or something, you go run it on cold water. Still fucking hurts, but it's like, but ow. Or when you have
That
when you have
not
a
what I
sunburn and you
did?
put aloe vera on it.
And then you feel sticky because you put slightly too much and it
Yeah.
sticks to your clothes and you're
Yep.
just like,
You say that's a mixture of it. It's a mixture of menthol and aloe vera. That's what the Deku leaves smell and feel like on you. But anyways, the Guardian will help you get back to the forest. Or get back to town, I should say. You're already in the forest. Just be extra careful since you are vulnerable now. Between Demira and the Guardian, I don't think you'll have to worry about running off, but try to keep your mind set.
Like me to grapple you. That's a not real.
I-
That's
that's
above
not-
table.
I sure. Princess carry me.
Probably could. It'd be a little weird though. You're 8 feet tall.
Your
I
legs
think
would
that's
still
a
be dragging.
joke that what she sent me earlier already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
throw
that
'em.
was firearm carrying you, whatever you call it. Yeah, she sent me that too.
Over the shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't know
he
where you
can
posted. I lost.
mostly
Then his arms
walk
are
on his
dragging.
own, but
Yeah.
he can lean on Demira and she'll just kind of have a grip on the side of his armor or something.
And the Guardian will go on the opposite side and help That way, basically, Velkorin can just be kind of carried out. But, so, if you have any other questions, obviously feel free to come ask me. I owe you both a great deal for helping with this. If you ever need anything, feel free to come ask me.
Thank you.
With that, you guys are making your way back through the forest into the Lost Woods. Obviously, Demira, you are probably fine, but let's have you roll at Wisdom save and advantage.
You gave me the blessing,
Yes,
remember?
that's
Do
why
I
you
still
get
have to
advantage.
roll?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a lower DC and you have
Blessing.
advantage.
Oh, I thought the blessing made it so you didn't have to roll.
In normal forest, yes, but in the Lost Wood itself, you still are susceptible, but it's not likely.
Oh. What kind of save is it?
Wisdom added.
Okay, I rolled 2 8s and I have a +2, so that's 10. So I'm
All you
just
needed.
barely good.
That's good
right?
The
enough.
blessing is 4.
You are good enough. And then Velkorin, I need you to do the same, but at disadvantage.
Oh no.
Because you are also distracted by your wound and don't have the blessing. This is the first time in years that you've felt disoriented in the forest because you've had the blessing for so long. Got used to it.
What? Well, what is it?
Wisdom
What's the saving
save
throw?
at disadvantage.
Wisdom
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
at disadvantage. Okay, I'm glad it's
Oh.
wisdom because that's my second highest
Oh
one.
my
and it's a
gosh. I
12.
hate that I'm not there.
I rolled a 17 and then a 7,
Oh
so it's a 12.
Well,
no. Oh my
Great.
goodness gracious.
Velkorin, for a while, you think you're fine. The it's very, like I said, it's very disorienting to you for somebody who's, because I believe the forest is your favorite terrain too, isn't it?
Yup.
So,
Well, I mean,
or do you not have
kind
that?
of.
I don't remember because you're a Gloomstalker. You
Kind
might not have
of.
that.
Yeah. It's like I have like the ability to not get lost in the woods, but also at the same time, it's not my favorite terrain.
Okay.
I have the different type of like traveler thing.
Right. Got it. Anyway, but yeah. Anyways, it's very, to you, it's very it's like it already was disorienting on its own, but it's extremely disorienting for you because you are so used to being able to tell where you are. You literally grew up in this forest specifically, and you've had the blessing from the Deku Tree for as long as you remember. That it is extremely disorienting to you. You're hearing voices in the sides more than you've sang. Whoa, I don't know what happened to my words there. And at one point, you blink, and as your eyes open up, it's just dark. Mira is not with you. The guardian isn't with you. You are in dark. You do.
Fucking course. I'm just gonna walk forward because I know where I am, so I know what this shit is.
No, that has helped. You are walking for, at this point, you don't even know how long you've been walking. You eventually see off into the distance all of your traveling companions who are away from you. They're walking away from you. You also see yourself next to them. Obviously confusing. What are you gonna do?
Gonna keep walking and following him, I guess. There's not really much else I can do.
When you try to get closer, It's odd because like your pace quickens to try to catch up to see what's happening, but seems like every time you try to quicken your pace to catch up, they walk faster. And you blink again. Scene has changed. You're still in the forest, but it's darker. And that same corruption that you fought covered the forest now. All the trees, the leaves on the trees have all fallen off. There's the red pools that are just all over the place. Then off to the distance, you see all of your companions, the new ones, the old ones, on the ground. Except for you, you're still standing. You blink, and now it seems like you're in the same spot. You took over for the space. Now you're the one that's looking at all of your companions that are on the ground, not breathing. If you look down, you can see that pool of corruption growing right underneath your feet. Arms start to burn again. Much more intense than even when you first received the wound.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did when I got the damn thing, and I'm going to try to force my gloom to shut it out.
You go to try to use your shadow magic to essentially overpower this feeling of gloom. This time it doesn't work. You can feel the corruption start to eat its way further up your arm, closer to your chest. And instead you hear, "I need more." That same voice you heard before.
Hmm. I don't really know.
What we have you make a you make an insight check. Understand if you're still in the dream or not. Because you know this is what happens, but you're starting to question.
Insight check?
Yes.
13.
In reality, what does this look like?
I mean, you guys are already carrying me, so it probably looks pretty
Yes.
fucking
Yeah.
weird.
I was gonna say, in reality, at this point, Velkorin is kind of slumped in your arm.
He probably can't hear me, but Demira will just say, Velkorin?
You can see on his face that he is. His eyes are closed at this point. It seems like if he's dreaming, he was having a bad dream, but it kind of.
Okay.
Back to Velkorin. The bodies that are on the ground, their eyes are open, not breathing. They all turn to look at you. And it's even like if they're facing the wrong way, you hear the gross crack of their neck as it flips over, looking back at you. You can hear from each single one of them, "Why didn't you save me? Where were you? Why did you do this?" Each different person keeps repeating this over and over in your head as it just echoes in your head. Close your eyes, trying to ignore this as much as you can. You know this is just an illusion, but it's still that very subtle but half doubt in your brain is like, what if this is or worse? What if this is what's going to happen? Why is this happening? But you push it away. As you open your eyes again, pain in your arm is gone. The bodies are gone. You're standing at the very top, the very, very top of a snowy mountain right now. The pain in your arm is gone. This. Have you roll one more insight for me.
19.
That's pretty good. Your mind feels clearer now, and you're confused because it doesn't feel like a hallucination anymore. It doesn't feel like the forest is messing with you. But as you stand on the very top of this mountain, as you look towards, just to look out to the distance, you can see a stone pedestal with a blade stuck into the pedestal, stone pedestal, with a purple hilt and a silver blade that just very subtly glows in the night. You're so far up in these mountains that you can't even see the ground. You just see the clouds underneath you. What do you do?
I'm going to use my damaged arm to grab the sword.
As you approach the sword, looks mostly, like I said, it looks pristine. As soon as you grab onto the blade, that with your hand that is corrupted, you can see the same marks that were on your arm converge down into the blade. And if you look back in your DMs, that same corruption that's on your arm in that picture is now on that blade. And the blade itself starts to almost shiver in your grasp before you black out. You are on. Just have to do it because it happened with her too. Take 15 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
But I don't know how much health I have, so.
You get the
It's like
Decretry healed you,
30-ish.
remember?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, they were.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I was about to mention that, yeah. I'd be like, you're fine. You're
It's
fine.
only
It hurts, but you're
15.
fine.
I'm only down to minus 15.
I'm only down to whatever this number is now.
So for you, Demira, at this point, Velkorin completely slumps. Like his weight is gone. Or not his weight, but he dead bodies in your arms, right? Basically at this point.
I check his pulse right away. Like,
He has one.
okay, good.
You would notice that there's a slight blood that is trickling down from his eyes.
Well, technically his mask is on.
Yeah.
Well, you see it dripping out from underneath his mask then.
From under, like, okay, from like.
I
the
didn't know he
chin.
had his mask on. I mean,
I had my mask on this whole time.
I forgot because we were on
like-
the other one where I didn't fix it. So you can see blood coming down from down his chin at this point. It's dripping down.
Demira looks at the forest guardian. Like, obviously, they both understand they have to get him out of here.
Nods at you and says, "We need to hurry. Seems the forest is affecting him a lot more than I would
Demira will-
expect."
Demira will try to telepathically say to Velkorin, "We're almost back. It's okay." As they
Or that is
continue.
probably the the last thing you heard before you blacked. You guys make your way to Zaria back again. See that the light starts to open up again as it is daytime. I think Akari probably would be the only one probably who would notice them coming out through the forest. Everybody else is either indoors or distracted at the moment. So Akari, you probably see them first as they're coming out of the Lust Woods with Demira and the Forest Guardian holding on to Velkorin.
Okay. Should probably be high up, but looking at them.
Yeah.
And it kind of keep watch for now, because since he has a mask on and everything, she wouldn't see his face right away. Or the arm, I suppose, because he has like a slab on.
Yeah, it's kind of like a grass sling, I guess, that's just covering the whole arm right now.
So she'll notice they came back in and stop what she's doing and keep an eye on them for now. That way, in case any kind of urgent movements are made or something, she'll respond. But she's trying to get a feel on what they're looking like after coming back after being gone the whole day.
Demira looks pristine. She looks fine.
A little bit worried.
I mean, physically, she looks fine.
Yes.
Same with the Guardian. Velkorin's the only one who looked. Like I said, he has the weird grass sling over his arm, and he seems to be unconscious, from what you can tell.
Out.
He's just all tuckered out.
Goodness gravy.
Crazy party last night.
Crazy party, guys.
Just hungover.
Yeah.
He got the tequila with the worm in it. That
Oh,
shit
no.
fucks you up, man.
Oh.
The one with the. I'd rather prefer the one with the snake.
Gross.
But yeah, we'll say Vivra, you went for your walk and we're likely having tea with Okoku, so after a while you would probably see the two of them, or the three of them, I should say. Kari's in the trees just watching, but the other two feels at some point you probably would see Demira and the Guardian taking Velkorin right to his house right away.
So I see them carrying him, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's not normal for Velkorin, so I'd probably look at Okoku and be like, I'm gonna go check on that.
Where's my empty window? There. I think it's clever said.
She gonna
Frederick
be
said.
gigantic again?
I have it. I have Frederick said right.
Oh, hi Fred.
Fred.
Just in the distance. Oh, Velkorin!
Okoku's there, and she also looks.
I blink and Okoku's not actually there. I'm like, what?
You blink and
Oh
she's
no,
gone.
I blink again and
Frederick
I'm in the
all along.
forest. Whoa!
He's like, you're in the forest.
Oh no.
No. Okoku just nods and says, yeah, something seems off, so we'll figure out what happened.
Yeah. I'll be back. And she'll just
She just
get up
nods and continues to drink her tea.
so chill.
She's not concerned, but is
She's like,
concerned.
Yeah.
You can
She's
handle
like,
it.
Vibra's got it. Yeah.
You can handle
exactly. So I'll jog over that way, get a closer look,
Okay.
see what's going on.
I will give the heads up that she is following from above, so once they're in the house, she'll probably jump down and come inside too.
We'll say the Guardian helps you, Demira, into his house and gets him up to his bed or whatever, and helps lay him down. At this point, he puts his hand over Velkorin's face. You can see his hand glow for a second. And Velkorin, at this point, you would wake up, probably. He's trying to help heal him. He's not somebody who's inclined to it very much. But
Am I there?
at that point, yeah, you could see that they brought him
Okay,
in.
so I look at Demira and the Guardian and Velkorin, and I'm like, what happened? Why are you? And I'm specialized in healing spells, so I would probably know that the Guardian's trying to do that.
Yeah.
And so then I'll immediately go, what does he need?
Just heal him.
Okay, I'll do Cure Wounds on him. Where the heck are my dice?
Yeah, at this point, Velkorin, you can wake up. Whether or not you want to respond, that's up to you.
So 13 healing, because I just did a first level. Wait, is that yes?
The Guardian senses that you're awake, Velkorin, and just speaks out loud that you're not. Well, he doesn't speak out loud. He speaks in your head. That's right. I forgot his thing is in your head. So in your head, you hear you're not alone. As a warning to you that it's not just us.
I'm gonna sit up. Is my mask off at this point? Did you guys take my mask off?
Just go on. You
Okay,
left it
I'm
on,
gonna
so we're gonna assume that you
Take
wanted
your
to keep
mask
it
off
on.
to heal you.
have my mask off, and I'm just gonna. I believe I just need some rest.
Dried blood on his cheek.
Demira will just clean it off, but she's staying quiet.
Seems the force.
Do you need more healing? What happened?
We went out to fight the whatever was causing an issue in the forest, some type of corruption. And as you know, I'm not the most durable of fighters.
By yourself.
I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
I said, why'd you go by yourself?
I brought
Sorry,
Demira
Discord's
with me.
being freaking stupid. Okay, you brought one person, and this.
I
and
brought a
then
weapon.
At this point, she like sees the arm and she's like, "Who did this? That's a really good salve. Who did that?"
Also, Demira has cast guidance on you while cleaning off the blood.
Just goodness
we-
gracious.
We stopped by the Decretary to report in, and they did this to help fix my arm.
Okay, if the Decretary did that, then I won't touch it.
But for now, I just believe I need some rest.
Are you sure you had blood coming from your eyes?
I think blood coming from my eyes is part of the norm. I've been shot with
you
arrows
know,
the size of me at this point. I don't see how that's the...
Whatever you would be reminded of what happened to Wither in the forest. Now that you
Didn't it
remember.
also happen to Vivra? Didn't she start crying?
I don't think it happened. to her.
no, Vivra was
You've had
prevented from
nightmares.
going because she was exhausted, and Sidon was like, "No,
Right.
the Guardian will get them." She tried to run after Wither, but yeah, so that's right. She's like, "Did you went into the? Did you get lost?"
I'm gonna roll over in bed. Like, I want to go to sleep.
Velkorin, I know you want rest, but oh my gosh.
At that point, the Guardian steps up, says that the seems Vorst did get to him this time, but we were there and he didn't run off, but he definitely got to his mind. He's fine now, but he didn't run off like the other.
I don't think I could have if I tried.
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, at this point, the reason I had you roll your con save for is you have a heavy fever right now.
Oh my.
Whether or not the others
Okay.
have found that out or not, but for you,
Well, I mean, Cure
would have
Wounds
felt
is
his
touch.
Yeah, both of us probably
okay,
know.
yeah, both you would have known that he's very hot to the touch. Then
Again.
I'm
I
just
mean-
hot in general.
Let's see. What does
Okay.
lesser? Okay, so lesser restoration does not cure fevers.
That's ironic.
Well, I mean, I don't think D&D would specify this cures fevers because that's not part of it's blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. If you count fever as a type of poison because it tends to happen from viruses and bacterias, then maybe. But
it would be more of a if you have cure sickness or whatever. I know there's one that.
Oh, do I?
You probably don't. It's a cleric
Google
spell,
it.
I think. There's one that I think a cleric has that can cure sickness or something. I don't remember what it is.
Demira will just be looking around for clean clothes and stuff in his room and just, preparing stuff for when he wakes up.
We'll also add on, is anybody going to cast this information off to Lumi since she is not here?
No. I don't know her. She doesn't need to know.
That's fair.
But I will say that just like with the desert, Vivra's gonna get a bucket, create pure cold water, get a rag, and do the damp rag thing on his head.
Now, when you say pass information, you mean that Velkorin is down currently?
Yeah, it's just Velkorin came out of the forest, was fucked up. I don't know whether or not you want to pass that information off to her, just so she knows what's going on, since you guys are a group. But
I mean,
whether or not you think it's something that needs to be transferred or not.
Akari did hear the information and was listening in, so she'll at least pass on that he's laying down and recovering from feeling sick or something, at least. He's not 100%. When she gets the chance, she'll pass that on.
At least Lumi got something.
She got some. He knows he's fucked up for some reason.
Yeah, she's part of the party. You can't just keep everything away.
That is what I was implying. Okay. So what are you guys going to do now? Velkorin has said leave me the fuck alone, basically, so we can sleep.
I guess after the cold rag, she'll leave him alone. But she's going to say to Fluffy, keep an eye on him. If he gets worse, let me know.
Fuck, your fox, right?
Yes, my fox familiar.
Akari has the cat. Eventually remember that.
Gray fox.
Oh.
Fluffy little guy.
Well then, Demira, what are you going to do?
Demira will probably just wait around at the house. For when he wakes up, make sure he has clean clothes. She'll run a scented healing bath or whatever. Cook. Prepare water. Probably with Vivra's help, I assume.
If
Cough.
Vivra,
Don't forget Pippin was a cleric.
What?
Cough.
Is Pippin around?
He's Frederick's guardian fairy.
Oh, so he is here. Okay.
Somewhere.
Was that information ever disclosed to
It
Vivra?
should have been.
Because I this is the first I'm hearing of it. So, yeah, because Vivra created purified cold water in a little bucket. So if Demira needed anything else for that, or especially for healing balm, healing salve, bath thing, I have some herbs for that. So if does Demira have a skill in herbalism, or are they just trying their best?
Do I have a skill in herbalism? Probably
It would
not.
be in tools. It would say herbalism kit.
I am proficient in medicine, but let me see.
Medicine and herbs aren't entirely the same. Medicine is you can check a body for broken bones and things and know how to set the bone. Whereas herbalism kit is actually
find it on the
Are you on mobile? Oh,
but I
okay.
don't think I'm proficient with a herbalism kit, no. So that's why
Okay.
Vivra would be helping, I assume.
Yes. Yeah, if if
I do have that
Vivra
book, though.
sees that you're doing that. You
There's
do have the
flowers.
book.
I can just
I
throw
s-
some flowers.
You know what? Vivra sees you slowly flipping through it, like, something in here must heal him. And she's like,
Oh, I am
What?
proficient with a herbalism kit.
oh, then you don't need me.
I am proficient
Uh,
with cook's utensils, herbalism kit, and smith's tools.
Smith's tools. So you don't need the book. You know potions and things.
I'm brand new. I'm learning
Oh.
things.
Oh
I'm
my
learning things
gosh.
about myself.
Dungeons and Dragons Game of 4.
I'm useless. I'm not needed here at all.
Remember, I only healed him like 9 hit points. You are useful.
I'm going to.
This weapon knows healing and strong, according to Velkorin, and it's got a herbalism kit. I'll
I'm
be
going to
outside.
roll over
No.
in my bed and cover my
kidding.
head with a pillow.
That was above table.
Yeah.
Vivra's not yelling about that. I think Vivra would see Demira skillfully using herbs and be like, "Oh, okay. Do you want help?"
She knows how to use them. She might not know which ones
Yeah.
are to use, though.
Thank you.
I guess so. You're welcome.
Or I guess the other question is, for Demira, you don't know why you know how to do this, but you know how to do this for some reason.
Demira doesn't even know that it knows how to do this.
Yeah. I think because last time Demira did ask Vivra for help with herbs and stuff, so
Mhm.
Vivra's like, "Wait, you know how to do this?"
I guess so. I'm not sure.
Remember a lot of things, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, maybe practicing will jog something in there.
At this point, the Guardian kind of grabs both of you and slowly pushes
Huh?
you both out the door.
Wait, what? Wait, we're doing things.
Powers.
Vivra's not strong. I could try to fight this, but
Good luck.
Nat 20, come on. That's 14 minus 2.
Give me a second.
Come on, roll
Get
it
it
that
back
one.
out. I got
Roll it.
get
I'm
it
gonna. Oh, I should have dexterity. Just roll out of the way. 14. So 17 dexterity against your strength then. Come on. I'm a duck and weave.
25.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna duck and weave. Ugh.
You try to move Doggett around and just goes grab. Nope.
He needs his hours.
He just
always.
needs rest. I will keep
We'll
an eye
be
on him.
quiet. We're just trying to. God, fine.
Also, I meant for this to be happening like later after he's rested, but that's okay.
Nope, I'm taking it as
Too late.
initiative. More music if it's right now.
We're just talking in the
His
kitchen.
bath will be cold.
Right? I can heat it up. I can heat it up. Freaking. Here's the thing. I didn't think we had prepped the bath yet. I thought we were getting the herbs together in the kitchen and like Vivra
I
was
guess
like
that's what
showing
happened.
Demira stuff in the book. And because we were talking at all, the Guardian was like loud. Out.
Out.
Demira will not
He just needs-
resist. or
Well, because he
protest at all.
knows that he's fine. He literally just needs rest. So that's why he's like,
Vivra,
all right.
Vivra doesn't know that.
I
You
know
know
it.
she's a worrier and an overthinker. She's like, we need all the plans. Goodness gravy. All right.
If you're really concerned, go find Pippin. As he
Does the
closes
Guardian
the
say
door on
that,
you.
or-
Yes, the Guardian
Wait,
said that.
but where's...
He's with Frederick.
Through
In your
the
head.
door.
In your head. Because that's how
Oh.
he talks, remember?
Right. Demira, can you go to Frederick and ask about Pippin? They've got some healing spells. And I find them slightly annoying.
Wow.
Rocker.
Wow.
Okay, I will go to Frederick and find someone named Pippin.
They're a fairy.
Oh. I've never met a fairy before.
Sorry, I read the comment.
Yeah.
Vivra puts her hands together and goes, "Well, now's your chance."
Demira smiles and nods. And
You wait. Do you know where Frederick's house is? Do you remember?
Is it where we had the meeting when we first arrived?
Zom, that is where it was, right? I'm just double checking in case it was
That's
a different house
the
for
war
whatever.
room. That you don't know if that's where his house was.
War room. I'll walk you to the house. Dang it. Vivra doesn't say dang it out loud. That was fully in her head.
Does Vivra know where his house is?
I would assume so. I've got the background skill. That I have an excellent memory for maps
Either
and geography.
we'll say you guys find him because he's not actually at his house right now, but you look around and eventually find him because he's working with people. And yeah, Pippin is floating above him, hanging out too. So
Demira does a curtsy bow to Prince Frederick.
yes, Prince Frederick. He just nods it to you and sees that you both have come up to him, and he's like, "Oh, can I help you guys with something?" Where's my? Why do I keep losing it? Found it.
Sorry to disturb you. Is this Pippin?
Looks confused, or not she? He looks confused for a second. Oh yeah, he's right here. Which Pippin is like, well, you're new.
Nice to meet you. I'm Demira.
Here,
I was told to come find you to help Velkorin.
Ah. He get himself into trouble again.
Say that.
Demira's quiet.
Yeah, that sounds about right. He's kind of prone for it, as one of you know.
We
Motions
both
to
know at this point.
to Vivra. 'Cause he's like, wasn't aware that you picked up a fourth party member.
Fourth?
Mm-hmm.
Fifth.
What do you mean fifth?
Pippin, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Who is Wither?
That's when flowers die.
Great.
I mean, what? Not who?
No, I mean who. Pippin, I need you to humor me for a second.
We'll try my best.
She's gonna pull out her wolf charm and hold it out and say, "Hold this real quick. Just hold it and look at it."
This charm is literally like the size of him, so he tries.
He's that small?
There's a fairy. They're
It's
tiny.
like- they can be up to 2 feet tall, last I read,
Dude,
unless that was
He's
changed.
like 6 inches
think.
tall.
He's 6 inches. Well, this is 2 or 3, so it's half his body.
Right, it's the size of a plate for him. A large
Okay, if
plate.
you can't, she holds it out with her fingers and says, "If you can't hold it, then just, I guess, I don't know, put your hand on it."
Why are you making me touch?
Just humor me. Humor me. Please.
Reaches out and touches it.
She's gonna wait for a second to see if anything happens.
Something's supposed to happen.
Yes. You're supposed to remember who Wither was. Maybe. I thought it worked for me. I thought maybe it would work for you.
Don't know what you're talking.
She's gonna pull the charm away and clip it back to her
Ah!
belt.
He was still holding onto
Oh.
it, so he went flying.
Oh, sorry.
All right, the warning, that would have been nice.
You know what? Fair enough. A warning. I probably should have given you a warning.
Anyways, yeah, so Velkorin fucked himself up again. All right, you want me to go check on him?
Well, the forest guardian isn't gonna let you in until he wakes up, so I don't know when that's gonna be.
Okay, I will head over there. And he just flies off. He just looks over to Frederick and says, I'll figure out what he did, and flies off.
Vivra looks to Demira, and now you've met a fairy.
Pleasure.
I'm sure. Oh. Good morning, Frederick. I probably should have said that.
He just nods and gives a slight bow. Morning, Vivra.
He does a sort of nod-like bow to him. Not like a full bow, just like casual.
Demira telepathically to Frederick just asks, Prince Frederick, do you need a hug?
What? I don't need one, but sure, if you want one, I guess. He's very
So
confused.
it's just quiet, and then
And
Demira just give Frederick a hug.
This is an awkward hug, but
Vivra
he
blinks
also
her
looks.
one eye.
I was gonna say he looks to Vivra confusedly.
Vivra with her one eye blinks, and she has the same expression, just confused.
All
She's
Demira
like,
knows is that he tried to hug Velkorin, and Velkorin didn't want to hug him, so she thought he might need a hug.
Oh,
Demira will curtsy bow again, and then, she's quiet.
very confused and like that. Thank you. Anyways, is there anything else that you need from me?
Can't think of anything right now, to be honest.
Have either one of you talked with Lumi yet?
I
We
had the pleasure of having a conversation with her yet.
you mean since yesterday, right?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it's like nods, and I might be just a good idea to check in with her. Probably best to if you guys get to know each other, essentially, if you want to. You're going to be working with each other for a while, so I would recommend you probably check in with her. She knows a few of the plans that we already have set, but probably
Okay.
good idea at some point. I'm not saying you have to do it right now, but
Okay, because I left Okoku with the tea, and I would like to go and finish that first. Demira, do you want to meet Okoku? Or I guess you met her at the... Do you want to talk to her? And then we
Yeah.
can go see Lumi together. What did you say? Sorry.
She said, yes, someday.
Someday? How about you don't want to... Not right now? I mean, you don't have to. It's whatever.
I believe Lumi is closer, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure where Lumi is.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
As
Frederick would point.
pointed out.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd point out the treehouse that is actually somewhat nearby, and I mean, if you're busy with Okoku, you might as well go see that. Go finish whatever you're doing with Okoku. Like I said, I don't mean to interrupt your plans or anything. I would just recommend it's probably a good idea to converse with Lumi and figure out what she knows and what's going on.
Guess so.
And you can have
I'm
Demira
looking
go say
forward to
hi or
meeting
do
her.
whatever. Just
We
kind
will
of
be
like
traveling together, right?
Yeah.
Demira nods and just starts walking off towards Lumi's treehouse.
Vivra sighs and sort of rubs her temple and is like, okay.
like she's
Maybe
got
I
it
can
handy.
find Akari.
Akari is with Lumi, I believe.
Oh.
to say.
Vivra kind of looks up at the trees because in her head she's like, I don't want to go meet her by myself.
You have plenty of
It's
time
fine.
before things.
I know
and then
she, yeah. Eventually she just goes, it's fine. I'm going to Okoku.
Nods and says, of course.
Have a good day.
Demira,
You as well.
Demira knocks on the door frame and kind of peeks inside.
Of Lumi's door.
Yes, yeah.
Lumi sits up. She's working at her desk. Oh, you can come on in. The door's open.
Thank you. I didn't get to properly introduce myself to you earlier. I'm Demira.
Lumi jumps up and she gives a little curtsy. It's so nice to meet you properly, Demira. I'm Lumi.
Demira will smile brightly and curtsy back. This is one of the first really friendly people that Demira's met. Everyone's on good terms with it, but no one has been super warm and happy. So Demira's just looks so cheerful and steps inside.
I was just in the middle of working on something. Do you have any interest in calligraphy? I was talking to Akari last night about all of this. I find it quite fascinating. I can give you a quick little rundown on some of what I'm working on here if you'd like. Or how has your morning been?
Demira kind of peeks over at what Lumi was working on. Calligraphy. I've never tried it myself. Demira looks over itself, looking for filigree or calligraphy or anything. There is this rune, I suppose.
Oh, you have a rune? Do you mind if I take a look? We actually work with runes a lot. That's what I'm working on with these enchantments, actually.
Oh, please do.
Lumi makes her way over to Demira and she kind of investigates the rune that's on her leg. And she stares at it for a moment and then she goes back over to her desk and picks up a stone that's sitting there and looks at it and looks back. Do you know how you got that rune or where it that's oddly familiar. She looks confused.
Yeah,
I
it's definitely extremely familiar, but not something you've ever seen before. It's odd.
I've had it as long as I know. There's a lot I don't know about myself. I'm sorry. Familiar how?
Well, and she kind of holds out her runestone. I forget which one she has. Oh God.
Protection, I think?
Believe it was protected. I could be wrong.
That sounds correct. I think it's the protection one.
Yep, you have the protection.
It looks a lot like the runes that my mentor uses. It's not the same. I've never seen it before. It looks a lot like them, you see?
And then did Frederick told us that Lumi works for Malice, right?
Correct.
Oh, I've met him once. He's very kind. Demira will look at the protection rune also.
He is quite possibly the best employer that anyone could ever have. He's so wonderful. And he does pay very well. Oh gosh, that's one of the reasons people try so hard to work for him. I don't know why you would have something like that. Does it? And Lumi kind of studies Demira for a moment. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. I do have that one. No, I don't have the thing that I...
Is Akari here also?
I was gonna say she's just watching from the side, quietly and stealthily at this point. She didn't want to interrupt the conversation.
Stealthily.
Akari just vibing in the corner. We love it.
Just
Behind the curtain.
when the conversation was done, she was gonna offer them both one of the candies, but she's just watching right now and listening.
I put up the rune of protection on stream now in case anybody's looking.
So pretty.
There's the rune of protection.
Oh, that's really nice.
I like it a lot.
Then I will do Demira's rune as well in case people haven't seen it before. Boop. The rune that is on her thigh.
Diamond.
Anyway. I don't know.
Akari isn't actually stealthing, right? She's just there.
She's there. Yeah.
Demira will nod at Akari too. Hello, Akari.
Akari waves.
Akari, you could come and join us.
I'll be happy to. She says as she walks over. Not sure what she
Good.
could contribute just yet, but is happy to join the conversation.
Lumi's just trying to make sure everybody feels included. It's a polite thing to do.
That is true.
Demira smiles at Lumi and says, "You're very sweet."
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of part of the job, but it's also just kind of me. You have to be polite when you work in retail and such. You can't scare off your customers.
Demira smiles. If these runes are similar, perhaps it's because I'm a weapon? Perhaps this is common in enchanting?
Lumi kind of makes a confused face. She heard Demira referred to as a weapon spirit last night, but it didn't necessarily click in her head what that meant. You're a weapon?
Demira nods.
Lumi kind of glances at Akari for like confirmation that this is not
Confusion.
Akari
Demira-
gives.
What a prank is this?
Am I being pranked right
Demira
now?
stands next to Akari and just says, Akari, would you please hold me for a moment? And shimmers and turns into the weapon form again.
Akari
So
does
there's
hold
this-
her.
Like 6 or 7 foot tall, like pole axe with an aquamarine
All of a
blade.
sudden, just trying not to hit all the things hanging on the ceiling or anything. Ah!
Or 7 feet then. or
However long
6
it
Oh
is.
my goodness. That's right.
I don't know
That's
how-
right. I forgot your weapon form was huge.
The hell, or
Yeah.
well, not a halberd, a pole
Although
axe.
I'm a
But
magic weapon, so it could change depending on who's wielding it, probably. So
She
it'll shrink a little bit
transforms
for
in a
Akari.
2-inch tall halberd.
For Pippin. I want Pippin.
she becomes a toothpick.
Akari would give a small laugh and just kind of mention, yeah, she does call herself a weapon, even though I'm in the mind to not really see her as that. As we can see, she can communicate and have thoughts of her own, but she does call herself that and can turn into one.
that
Uh,
is so interesting.
Isn't
you can also
Huh.
see the same rune is also on the handle of the pole axe.
Lumi is thrown off a little bit, but after a second, she says, do you mind if I... Well, no. If you're a weapon spirit, it's very clear that you're magic, so that would be useless.
Do you want to hold her?
No, I think I'm good. That seems... For some reason, that feels inappropriate. She asked you to hold her. That just doesn't seem appropriate.
That's true. They should let
Interesting.
her choose if she wants to be held by you.
Yes, that.
It sounds like people talking about like a pet guinea pig or something.
She'll let go of Demira to give her a chance to change back. I'm guessing she could hear them still, right?
Yes, yeah. Demira will change back.
That is so strange. I would assume that rune is an enchantment then. I mean, ours are. That's why I'm here actually, is I'm helping to lay down the work so that Malice can come behind me and lay the enchantment on the armor. I wonder if he would know more when he arrives.
Armor?
Oh, yes. They probably didn't explain very well what I'm working on, did they? I'm working on the runes so that the guards for the coronation can appear to be in appropriate attire while also retaining their protection. My own attire is an enchanted set. And then he gives a little twirl and makes her skirt do its little flare out.
Akari watches in amazement. I see, that makes sense. That way they'll look like they're part of the party. However, they'll be ready to do battle at any time.
Correct. You've got the right idea. It's something that only Malice is really good at. I'm very good at doing the calligraphy for it and making everything look pretty. And I'm very good at peddling wares, but picking up the enchantments was never quite my forte.
It sounds like a tough job.
Demira is like peeking around at the calligraphy that Lumi is working on and stuff.
Mimi does an excited little dance and starts pointing out the different parts of the calligraphy once she notices Demira is looking at it. And she's just info dumping like she did on Akari last night because she loves her job. She's very good at it.
Demira's just like little sparkles coming out of its hair and stuff, like just around it. Like it's cheerful.
Sorry. My multiple things going on at once. Yeah. So, sorry, I'm distracted at the moment.
Sorry.
Having secret conversations.
Secret conversations.
Never. No one ever does those.
No, never. Moment cigarette conversation. Okay, captioning. That's what I was talking. Bleh, what was the last thing you were talking about? I'm sorry.
We were looking at Lumi's calligraphy.
Okay. Sure. I guess you guys, while you guys are having your discussion, after a while. Bah, I got all my brain all flustered now. Whoops.
Put you on the spot.
I know you did, and my brain's like, right, things.
You're like, oh, I'm the DM.
My job.
Wait a second.
My job. I have to do.
I thought you guys were gonna roleplay forever.
Yeah, I guess while you guys are having your conversations, I will jump over to Mr. Velkorin, who's trying to take a nap, but people told Pippin to go check on him. So yeah, after, we'll say it's been probably an hour while you guys were having your discussions. Pippin had made his way over to Velkorin's house and flown in to check on him, seeing him with the bandage around his arm, and just flat out just like, what the fuck did you do this time? Zooming up, Velkorin is back. BRB, I don't know if he's actually...
I'm back.
Oh.
And I'm just gonna ignore him and continue to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
He needs his hours.
Alright, you're ignoring me, so you're probably fine. Whatever. Come find me if you need me. You know how this works. I know how you work. Whatever. Just gotta... God, fucking... Fuck over here, because they said he's hurt, and then he's just grumbling to himself as he flies back away. Then I guess Vivra, you are back talking with Oko.
Yeah, she's gonna return to Okoku, and when she gets back, she'll be like, "He did." She like just immediately drops her demeanor and is like rubs her nose a bit, and as she moves her hands away from her face, she says, "He apparently went into the forest, got into some trouble, but according to the forest guardian, he's fine now. He just needs sleep." So, and she just kind of plops down next to Okoku as she sighs. She's like, "I don't know. It's always something."
She's just sipping her tea, and she's like, are you not used to this yet?
I don't know. It's been how many? 4 months?
In
Almost
2
now?
years?
It's 2. No, it hasn't. It has for you and people outside of Termina, but for us who went through the whole thing, it's only been like 4 months.
Right. The thing
What do
you
you
haven't
mean,
explained to
right?
me yet.
Have I not? I explained a lot of stuff yesterday. I guess I kind of glossed over that part.
The time difference thing, and that's a bit new.
Yeah. So
Only
when
been 4 months for you, but it's pretty much 2
Yes.
years for us.
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Well, still, it's 4 months. You're not used to this yet.
I
She's teasing you at this
Li-
point.
I like part of Vivra knows that, but the problem is it's very easy for Okoku to get Vivra to just be like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess part of me doesn't like. It feels like it might be a bad thing to get used to it, but also maybe I should. But at the same time, when I forgot about Wither and I started kind of forcing myself to get used to it, I went to a dark place. And I don't like who I was becoming. And so that's why that's why I'm still not used to it, I guess. Because I spent this whole time fighting it. I don't know.
It's best not to worry about him too much. He's hurting and needs help. He will find you. That is something you have to get used to with him.
Ugh.
He's very much the person that he's not going to ask for help until he's unconscious in front of you. As I'm sure you figured out already.
That's the problem, though. Like, he went with Demira out into the forest without me, and I know Demira can heal as well. But what if he had gotten stuck in there? I wouldn't have been able to find him. They brought him out here unconscious already. What?
The Guardian was there with him. That's
okay.
That's the Guardian's job. As long as the Guardian is there, I don't think he'd have any issue.
Would consider him passing out and getting injured and crying blood an issue.
Yeah. I mean, He's not dead.
Not this time.
This
Oh, yeah, that exactly. Because that's... I don't know. I don't know. I don't care.
right. I'm sure. Sips tea.
She makes a face and grabs her cup that's cold now. Sorry, my tabs decided to fully close and it made my brain stop. But yeah, she'll pick up her cup and I have create bonfire, but that's a bit much for this, probably.
You have create water or move water.
I have create or destroy water, but that would just create new water. I guess you did say I could control the temperature of it.
Again.
Okay. I poke my cup at it. Cool.
Okoku pokes
I'm gonna
your
use
cup and it's
that.
hot again.
You said Okoku does?
Yeah.
She's like,
I know there's like manipulate water.
There is, but see, I have create or destroy, and it says you put water in an unoccupied space. So I've taken that as I can't affect water that's already there, but I can make new water, and I can control the temperature of the new water, just not the old water. That's kind of how I took the rules. The rules.
Sure.
Okoku saves the day.
Yep.
As she do.
Well within her capabilities, I think.
It must be. She is a well-seasoned druid. So, yeah, she sips. And just kind of sits there, clearly still stewing about it.
Alright. With that, okay, does anybody have anything they want to do for the remainder of this day that they would want to stick out? That sticks out to them, at least.
Nothing super important, but like Demira will spend probably as she'll just linger around like Lumi and Akari as long as they'll have it.
Likewise for
and
Akari.
eventually check on Velkorin, of course.
Lumi's not going to kick them out. I promise you. She's happy to have people to talk to.
She's like, friends!
Yay.
Vivra kind of figures that there's a solid chance that everyone's gonna end up having dinner together or whatever. So she's not in a rush to go to Lumi's place because she's like, you know what? I'm gonna be found. I just know that I am. And unless my fox calls to me that something has changed, then I know that Velkorin's okay. So she might, she's gonna train with Okoku for part of the day, but when she has free time, she might wander around, probably play with the kids in wolf form for a bit like she used to do.
Mhm.
And just kind of, if something finds her, then she'll deal with that.
For the most part, no major plans. Okay. We will stay, since like I said, we were gonna try to not necessarily zoom past the entire thing, but we'll stay for this first week. What does everybody want to do with their starting with whoever wants to pipe up first?
I can.
Demira.
Every morning, Demira will wake up earlier, slightly earlier than everyone else, and go train with the Forest Guardian, since he said he could help it learn to protect people better. And then Demira will try to get home before everyone else to then, like, make sure everyone's okay, cook food, make sure everyone's drinking water, fill baths for people,
Cute.
do clean clothes, whatever. Like, she's just going to take care of everyone, and whatever spare time it has, it will spend with Lumi and Akari, probably.
It's adorable.
I will isolate Akari this time. What is Akari going to be doing through the first week?
Well, it'll probably become her normal routine for a bit, but she'll spend her time the first half of the day focusing on training her mobility by going through the trees, but also try to do impromptu stealthing around to see how much she can not be noticed by people, to kind of get more used to being quiet and quick when going from one area to the other. And then the later half of the days will be, funny enough, like you mentioned, would be spent with Lumi, and since Demira will be there, Demira as well. All in one location. Makes it easier.
The girls are having girls' night. Got it.
Yeah, party bonding time.
We'll
Think
say
of team attacks and everything.
since this is your first week doing this, we'll stay in the start of you trying to test your limits to see how mobile you can be in the trees, then trying to test your stealth after a while. After a while of probably in the second or third day of you doing this, the Kokiris themselves probably have noticed you doing this, and have actually, some of them probably gotten it to the point of, oh, you're trying to play a game, and so now they are essentially playing hide and seek with you, where you're the one who's hiding and they're trying to find you. And kind of each day further, more Kokiri seem to join in trying to find you.
She
Right now
allows
it's
all
only
the
like maybe
Kokiris to
2 or
join in.
3. But
She allows all the Kokiris to join in.
yeah,
The
She will
entire
make
village
jokes. She wants to
swarms
bond with all of
Akari.
them.
right.
An
So
army of friendly Kokiris and everything.
right now it's probably only like 2, maybe 3 sometime that are helping you essentially improve your stealth in the forest and such. But you're playing hide and seek with the kids, basically, most of the time. Which is ironic. These kids are way older than you are.
Still adorable. I just imagine like 50 just running across the
The
field
army
as
going
they're
across the
Yeah.
trees and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Army.
Find the rogue.
Jesus. Then I'm honing in on Mr. Velkorin. What is your plan for the first week?
First week, I'm going to spend my first week just making my outfit for the ball thing, the gala.
Oh. Make your own outfit? Oh, crap.
Well, I mean, I already have it. I'm
That's
just
what you've been doing.
adding my additions to it, and then
Right.
I'll do my normal, like, just living life, talking, make sure I visit Frederick and communicate with everybody in town. Keep up appearances.
They especially so for the first like 2 or 3 days, your arm is rough. It's rough to move. It's like, you know how it feels when you have a really bad sunburn? It's like that,
Mhm.
but all over your arm. And it's almost like it's throbbing sometimes. So, definitely something to get used to. If they wanted to attempt to address his arm, probably cut that part into you guys' first week of whatever you're doing, if you want to do that. If he's say, fuck you, I'm not talking about it, don't talk to me about it, then that's fine too, I guess.
I'm just gonna leave it wrapped up, and if anybody brings it up, I'm gonna ignore it.
Fair.
I will add that whenever the topic comes up, if Demira is around, Demira just gets really quiet.
Oh my gosh. I mean, on the first day, Vivra's gonna be like, is it still hurt? Do you need more help? What's this?
They get to
It's just very simple, so everybody's on the same page. It hurts, it's burned, and it's scarred. There's nothing healing will do for it now. It's just have to let it heal on its own with the scarring.
they actually
Okay.
we'll say probably the third day after Velkorin's had some rest, Pippin does come back to you again and says, all right, are you gonna talk to me this time about what happened, or just blowing through it again?
It's just a scarred arm. That's all it is.
My turn to see if you're bullshitting.
If Demira is with you, you have guidance.
Fair. Shit, forever.
I mean, I don't think I need to roll guidance, but I will roll guidance.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, oh, natural 20 plus 4.
And Velkorin's
I'm
back.
doing an insight check. And he rolled
Go
a
figure.
natural 19, so I gotta figure out what his bonus. Well, he might
So
know
did
it.
I.
Ooh,
Ah, you
oh, whose bonus is higher?
Fucker. You're gonna probably most likely.
Well,
Inside is +8, so that's 27.
ooh, 26.
Ooh, beat you by 1. Aha.
Yeah.
So I mean, he kind of just looks at you and he's like, right, okay. Know how you work. It wasn't just a simple thing. What's going on?
It's simple enough that I don't need to tell you.
Frederick, no?
Not until I figure out how to cure it.
Does he need to know?
No. The Deco tree knows, and that's all who needs to know. Oh, I would go to the Deco tree during this week too and explain everything and show my arm to him.
Okay.
That and explain this is why you do not send just anybody to do the corruption.
Makes obviously the tree would acknowledge it, and probably every time that you try to come back, he probably tries to see if he can heal your arm, but doesn't seem to work. Show him the other part with your hand or just with your arm?
Just the corruption on the arm.
As far as Pippin says, it's like, alright, trust you. It starts to get worse. Jesus. Liar, exactly. He's like, it gets worse, though. You know where to find me. Worst case scenario, I can at least alleviate the pain of it. Sure, that doesn't feel good.
Until I figure out what it is, it's best that nobody touches it.
Kind of raises an eyebrow, and he's like, ew, that bad. Okay. Fair enough. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna go now, as he awkwardly flies away.
I'm gonna continue adding feathers to my outfit. And every time Demir walks in, I'm gonna spin it around. And pretend I'm working
Oh,
on
'cause
something else.
50 crow carcasses.
My goodness gracious.
I just have the feathers out.
I
Right?
know, I know.
It
Yeah.
implies he knows where those feathers came from.
Where'd you get those? Dollar store.
The Dollar General.
The Dollar Tree. The Deku Tree and the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, the Dollar Tree.
The
Yeah, that would have been a better one.
Oh my goodness
Demira
gracious.
admires whatever hints of the outfit she sees, but
What are you doing in here? Nothing! Go away!
What do you got there? A smoothie.
Smoothie. While holding 50 corpses of birds.
Oh my gosh. I don't have the
I know
corpses.
you don't.
They would be so rotted
That'd
at
be
this point.
so bad. What's that smell? Nothing?
Nothing! They're in your bag
Maybe it's
holding.
you.
Alright.
Oh my goodness
Alright.
gracious.
How about Lumi? What is Lumi doing for her first?
She spends her mornings doing her work, and then when the girls come over, she has lunch with them, and she shows them some of her little bardic magic tricks that she can do, and in the evenings she goes outside and plays her lyre for the little Akaris.
You're just getting all the fun stuff.
Back. Vivra, you were the last one, so what is
I'm the
your
last
first week?
one. Well, we know that she's visiting Okoku. Like Demira, she gets up before the sun rises, but she does so to do her morning runs. Just because she likes to do that while the air is still cool before the sun comes up. And she'll meet up with Okoku each morning, as she's able to, if Okoku isn't busy, for tea, and to just kind of talk a bit like they used to. Which would feel like forever ago, especially for Okoku, but Vivra feels like it's been a long time as well. And just, so in this first week, everyone would have seen Vivra, so I wanted to reiterate that her eye isn't just dark now, it's not just about the glowing. There is heavy scarring in and around that eye that is now very obvious, and it was something that was hidden before. So everyone would now have seen that. And she would train with Okoku as she's able to. If Velkorin still seemed injured or busy, she wouldn't ask to train with him during the week. So, unless something like that happens, it's just Okoku that she's mostly spending time with in training this week.
It's up to Velkorin if he's milking his wound or not.
So hurt. I can't fight anybody.
Wait, I would join them for training.
Join up? Oh, so it'd be... Oh, no.
That's
It would
right,
be
you got
like,
two
don't
people
2-on-1 me. I
two
can't
people
deal
beating you
with
up
both
now.
of you.
You got two people beating you up now.
Oh, no. This is bullying!
Get over it.
I'll also put some new spells in my ring of spell storing, and when Demira's hanging out with Lumi, Demira will show off the ring to Lumi and let Lumi know that Malice gave it to her as a gift and stuff, and talk about how generous it was, and talk about the ring. And if Lumi shows Demira a bunch of like bardic spells and stuff, Demira will ask if Lumi would cast a spell into the ring of Lumi's choosing.
And I cast off of her lyre.
Ooh. Wall of fire.
Seriously, if she could cast off of her lyre, she would put Wall of Fire in there.
I think
Gracious.
so.
Great.
DM,
Wall of fire.
does it have to be? I mean, like, it just has to
It
be
just
cast.
has to be a
It
spell to
doesn't-
be stored, so it doesn't matter how she does it. As long as you have the space for it.
This spell shall signify the friendship.
Oh yeah, it has to be level 1.
Oh.
Because I filled up the rest of the slots, so it has to be a level 1 spell.
I just
mention.
imagine Demir's like,
the
can you
forest
cast
is
that
on
spell,
fire."
Lumi? Fireball!
Actually,
Lumi eyes
choose-
right, absolutely.
Forest
choose
is now
any
on
spell
fire.
you want, level 4 or lower, and then I'll take into account how many slots I have left after that. Let me know what level spell it is.
Three?
It
Wall
doesn't
of
have to be
Fire.
Wall of Fire.
Wall of Fire is 4, Wall of Wind is 3, so I'm gonna find something that's a little less
More- A
intensive.
little more cost efficient.
Give
In
the
that case,
impressionable naive one.
Can you
of
give me a
weapon of mass
spell?
destruction.
Here. Wound everyone.
Inflict wounds everywhere.
That's she
Go
did.
forth
In that
and
case,
damage.
She would do protection from evil and good.
Oh,
that's a nice
so
one.
good. That's
very
perfect.
good.
What level is that?
That one is a first level.
Okay, perfect. Thank
But I cast it at 4th. No, I'm kidding.
you. Just a tease.
Rid of the super evil. Literally doesn't do anything when you upcast that one. At least I don't think
so
it...
my
Okay.
spell storing ring is full again.
All right. Did you have anything else you were gonna do, or?
That's it for me for now.
Okay. So, at one point during the week, as she's like been telling, Okoku stories, going back into their rhythm. She has her umbrella staff, and she sees the Zorex spearhead on it, and she pauses for a moment before unwrapping it and pulling it off, and she'll lay the spearhead between them and say, "This was Zorex. It was one of the few things that survived his disintegration." And I told you that I had started to lose my way, and part of it was that I was going to try to not hold back against people when I fought them. But I don't like that. I'm not like the rest of the group. I don't like lethal damage.
Fair enough. What do you want to do with the spear then?
I want it to stay safe. I part of me is tempted to keep it with me, but at the same time, I want to be able to either take it home or bury it with the ashes I was able to collect to honor him in some way.
Let me see it for a moment.
Of course. And she'd gesture to it.
And looks at it for a bit. Doesn't have a second arm. Does a druidcraft against the plant life over there and fashions the spearhead into a charm that you could hang around either your waist or your bracelet, whatever you want to do with it. And essentially fashions it into a charm to use however you want and says, well, you don't want to use it for defense. Carry it around with you until you're ready to get rid of it. Hands it back to you.
He'll take it and say, "Okay. Yeah, this is probably better."
Points out the jar, the potion that she still carries around even though it's empty from you.
She chuckles softly and says, "Right." And kind of wraps it around and sort of ties the wolf charm into it as well, so that they're both more secure around her waist.
Why don't you tell me that story again? Your brother?
Oh, the one when I know the one. And Vivra will kind of think for a moment, as if regathering her thoughts to pull it all together, and say, "I don't know why this was one of the memories that always stuck out to me the most. But, I was maybe 12 at the time, and I saw him going to train with this spear. So I ran after him. And I watched him practice while I hid at first. And when he set it down to take a break, I jumped out and grabbed it. And I tried to hit the dummy that he was hitting, but oh my gosh, was I terrible. I was 12, granted, but I was not great with a weapon at all. And instead of, trying to help me get better or, or grab it from me, he just kind of chuckled. And I told him not to laugh. I got a little annoyed. I was like, "Hey, one day I'm gonna be able to protect you too." And he smiled and said, I hope you never have to. Before asking for the spear back. I'd forgotten that. Gosh, he would not be proud of me. And she kind of rubs her temple.
Koku just kind of gives you a soft but understanding smile that, hey, I wanted to hear it again.
Yeah. Ugh, I needed that. I want to be something they'd be proud of.
Forget you still have your other two brothers.
Right. And I might know where one is now. We still don't know where Zant is, but apparently Karn's working with Midna.
That's my assumption. Like I said. Whispers that I heard. It was
Yeah.
information you wanted to know.
Do you think the others would be willing to go look?
Sure, if you asked them to, they would be fine. Matter of what you guys have going on right now.
I guess so.
You know them better than I do. At least three of them.
I was about to say, you and Velkorin have a very similar fighting style, also. When training, at least.
Nonsense.
What do you mean, nonsense?
No, not.
No nonsense. Yeah. Except for catching me off guard with the first swing every time.
Yep. Guard down.
Vivra kind of does a double glance, like, is she gonna swing at me right now? But yeah.
The way we fight is because we need to know how to survive. You don't know what's going to happen with, especially the way the world works, and especially our world. You never know what's coming next. Best be on guard as much as possible, and that's what both of us know. Not the world I wanted you to go into, but still good thing to be aware of.
Maybe one day we won't have to be.
Our goal. Well, I'm retired. As she stretches a bit.
Said that before. I hope this time it's true.
Well, I'm kinda don't have a choice.
If you say so. I'm not sure what to say.
Spear
next.
swing.
Ah! Dang it! Again!
Your guard! It's down! No!
Gosh dang it.
Okay, yeah, the first week goes off pretty smoothly for all of you. We will start into the second week. Some more time has progressed. We'll say now that it's progressed in the first week, you guys have kind of stuck around a bit more. Everybody around, especially Frederick's crew, whenever they need to move things around. I know there's a few different times where some of the Kokiri probably are asking you, Demira, because they've seen you lift things with no issue at all, pretty much. Kind of ask you to help move some supplies around. Probably same with Vivra as well. Both of you two seem to be the most strength inclined.
I'm strength inclined?
Compared to the rest of the group.
I'm weakest. I
I
guarantee
guess
it.
maybe in wolf form. Maybe wolf form has good
Right,
strength.
I could use my other forms. I'll turn
Or
into.
just being tall.
It's essentially
Demira happily helps out.
right, helping pack up wagons or just in general carrying
I
things,
could
moving things
technically
around.
turn into a gorilla or something with opposable
gosh.
thumbs. If I have to.
I think you'll be fine.
For the most part, like the town itself is getting a lot busier as it's getting closer to, like, Frederick is assigning more people to get here. At this point, it's a lot of the people that are going to be helping with this coronation are stopping it here first before Frederick leaves with the people. So the first wave or so of people have come for this first week. But we'll move into the second week. Let's start with Velkorin this time. What are you doing for your second week?
Getting all my letters sent out so everybody knows that I'm not dead. And then just kind of more of the same. Doing more research on my arm and what I saw in my little hallucination. But nothing too crazy.
A note, since I probably forgot to mention it, but the second half of your hallucination was odd. Did not feel the normal hallucination before. Especially considering, assuming most of you probably forgot the final words that Wither gave you before she passed. You recall that whenever you think about
Notebook.
the vision. Notebook. Gee.
I got it in here. I wrote it down.
From somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely on one of the tabs here. Oh, here it is. I was like, did I fly past the tab? There it is.
Well, the last thing are we saying it again or no?
I know exactly how I worded it. He worded it.
I have it here.
But
Do
go
you want me
for
to
it.
tag
You got it.
I also have it ready.
Just
You
read
all
it.
have a little memory of Wither's voice.
All of us.
I'll just read the last part that was important. The blade that acted as a seal from millennia ago has begun to wane under the corruption of the one sealed away. One person is seeking the means to find that blade and free the one within. Do not forget these words. Die I shall, leaving no corpse. That is the law of the Garo.
You specifically, Velkorin. That. Those words ring in your mind when you think about the second half of your hallucination.
The blade.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spend time researching what I already know what it is. But
Ari, what are you doing for your second week?
I think it would be more or less of the same thing as the first week. Kind of just focus on training and continuing her bonding with Lumi and Demira, unless some new information or something was given to her to kind of have her change that course. She would just kind of continue that routine for now.
I'll get to that in a minute. We'll say for the most part, I have something that I'm going to do in a second. We'll say for the most part, your second week is similar, but now that you've been playing hide and seek with the kids at night pretty much every day, now you're up to like 4 or 5 Kokiria playing with you now, and there's even a couple, probably 1 or 2 Koroks, and maybe 1 Deku Scrub that is trying to play with you now.
They are all welcome.
They are all playing hide and seek with you, basically. So now you have more even more eyes that are watching you while you're testing your health.
Amazing.
With Demira, you do. Your second.
Probably occasionally checking on Velkorin's arm still and just Velkorin in general. And then spending time with the Forest Guardian, sometimes training, sometimes just talking about weapon spirits or just quietly looking at nature. Same as before, taking care of the group as best as it can, and spending time with the girls, spending time with like Lumi and Akari, but also spending time with Vivra, like spending a bit of, I mean, you know, as much as Vivra would let her.
Let's
checking
see.
Vivra
on
made an
everyone.
offer for Demira to come talk to Okoku
Oh yes,
with her.
Demira
So
will go for tea with Okoku at some point.
I can jump into that right away. So we'll say the morning of one night that. Or the morning of one night.
night.
Shit, the one day. Yeah, whatever. That
excuse me.
both Vivra and Okoku are having your morning tea as usual before you guys go to your practice your training. Demira shows up one of the morning. Which Okoku probably nods toward Demira, who's probably behind Vivra.
Yeah, I can imagine Vivra like halfway through another story just talking about what?
Not paying
What'd you
attention.
say? Oh yeah, she's like looking at her tea and she's like, and then Zant had this idea to what? What are you looking at? Oh, good morning.
When Demira leaves the house, for training, Demira will just go with the cloak on, Velkorin's cloak. But
Oh,
if
fun.
Demira's like going out in public more, Demira will wear the clothing that Velkorin bought it to disguise itself a bit more. So Demira's probably just got like the sundress on and the big floppy hat, like covering part of the
Amazing.
face.
I feel like Vivra and Okoku have their tea in a sort of clearing that's not like in the forest, but close enough to it to sort of have a semi-private area.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, "Hi, how are you?"
I kind of assumed we would go together, but
I did too, but
going
Zom
up
made the
unannounced,
premise that
apparently,
you.
Zom.
Nope. Making it weird. You're welcome.
I will yes and I will do it.
I wanted to take you up on your offer for tea.
Yeah. And she sort of pats the grass and says, "You can sit here. Do we have you always have an extra cup, right?"
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, she's always says that kind of shit, so she pulls out an extra cup for you and pours you a glass of the tea and
Demira
pushes
will
it towards
kneel
you.
down and have tea. I can taste things, right? Even
Yes.
though
I was about
don't-
to
You don't need it to survive, but you can do it if you want.
Okay.
So Demira actually drinks?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
I
no,
don't know where it
Vivra's-
goes, but
Vivra's gonna say, "I didn't know you could do that."
I wasn't entirely sure I could either.
Oh. Oh my god, are you gonna be okay?
Yes, I feel fine.
You're
Oku
a
just
weapon
laughs.
that's not what- I mean,
Your friend is definitely interesting.
Demira does a little like bow while sitting towards Okoku. I'm sorry I didn't get to properly meet you earlier. I'm Demira.
I'm Okoku. Nice to meet you, Demira.
Vivra speaks very highly of you. I was looking
Ugh.
forward to meeting you.
Rivera has told me so much about you. Sarcastically.
Vivra is like
Demira
in
does
her
not get
tea.
it.
I don't know. Looks over
I
at
feel like
Vibra.
Vibra's in her tea, just like glancing, like, oh, yeah, kind of. I mean, I feel like over the past week, Vivra told Okoku how they found Demira, and Vivra can't lie to Okoku, so if Okoku presses, she's gonna tell Okoku that Velkorin has a paper and hasn't told Demira yet. Vivra is... Okoku knows all the things at this point.
Yeah, it's probably that part probably isn't something she would have brought up in the conversation
Yeah.
with her there.
Well, not here. No, like I said last week.
Yeah.
It would have been one of the days. Okoku probably would have been like, so tell me more about Demira, and Vivra would have said all the things.
I want
And-
to.
and she-
Okay, here's everything.
Yeah, and it would be another one of those Vivra getting more stressed moments because she's like, I want to respect Velkorin's authority, but he's lying, and you know I'm not good at lying. If Demira ever asks me, it's gonna be bad.
Oh, hi, Demira.
Demira and Vivra both can't lie to each other because Vivra told Demira not to.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Well,
So Demira politely sips tea.
Yes.
let's say that Okoku just kind of asks the few general questions that most people do, like, who are you? What are you? What's your plan? Stuff like that. Just the general
What
questions.
are you? The
What
general
are
plan.
you? No.
What are your
Keeping it-
intentions with my daughter?
What are your intentions? Yeah. Just the
Oh
general
my gosh.
the general questions that
Mom!
that Vivra likely already told Okoku, but she just wants to hear it from Demira. Just to confirm certain things that she knows or doesn't know.
Demira's honest about anything just involving Demira. If it's anything about other party members, Demira doesn't give up any information that they wouldn't have already given up.
Demira is not a snitch. Noted.
Yeah, for the most part, she doesn't pry too much because from her point of view, it's pretty obvious that Demira doesn't really know a lot about herself yet. So instead of trying to confuse her or get information out of her, she just lets you guys enjoy your morning tea as it is.
Notice that with Okoku, when talking to Okoku and when talking to Demira, Vivra is a lot more relaxed. She seems more open and more susceptible to answering and communicating in general during this tea session. And aside from the occasional reaction to Okoku teasing, Vivra's demeanor is generally calm and nice.
Demira is happy for that, and also a little bit shy, like more than usual.
Cute.
Then enjoy your morning tea for one of the evenings. Okay. Then what else were you doing for the rest of your week, Mira, and then Vibra as well?
Believe that's it for this week.
Then Vibra, what are you doing for your second week?
Oh, since I forgot to mention it last week, I'll just go ahead and say that at the start of this week, she sends out 2 letters. And then she's kind of similar to last week, she's trying to keep to a schedule. She's like, I weirdly enough have free time again, and so I'm gonna, focus
this
on
The first real time your group has had a long period of time to rest and just do whatever, essentially.
So she's gonna, like she did last week, just kind of fall back into the old habits, do her morning runs, tea with Okoku, training until whenever, And then she's also going to, as the sun starts to set, she's going to find a quiet space underneath a tree that's semi-isolated, and she's going to start meditating, communing with nature, and trying to sort of hone her druid craft by just letting herself a moment of rest, because while she has this rest throughout the first week and the start of this week, she noticed that she's keeping herself busy. And, like, I don't want to say it's entirely a distraction, but it's certainly partly a distraction. And so she wants to take this time to just give herself the opportunity while also forcing herself to relax and meditate quietly. And at one point during the week, she will acquiesce and say hello to Lumi. Just kind of soft, like, I assume the door's open.
Yes, she does not keep the door closed.
So at one point, after her morning training, as it starts to get into, like, 2-3 p.m. early afternoon, she'll head over and kind of, like, she'll see the door open, take her breath, and, like, softly knock on this side of the window frame, and just be like, hello?
Oh, hi, hello. You were Vivra, right?
Oh, you know my... Yeah, that's me.
It's nice to meet you, and one-on-one.
There's no one else?
Yeah, Demira and Akari just left.
Oh!
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Hang on, sorry. Oh, excuse me.
Make
Oh my
friends.
goodness. That caught me so off guard. I was like, oh.
I saw an opportunity and I took it. You're welcome.
You took the liberties, and yes, I get to be so awkward right now. It's great. She's like, oh, good. And there's no roll. She is uncomfortable. She's like, oh, that's nice, I guess. No, I'm not a cheerful person. I wanted to come say hi and I guess greet you. We're gonna be traveling together, so I guess we should kind of know each other, I guess. Oh, let me go. Sorry, Winner. That's really funny. I wish I had thought of that. Vivra wouldn't say that though, unfortunately. She's like, just, I'm in the situation.
Sorry, I had to change my setting real quick. Lumi clasps her hands together and she smiles brightly at Vivra. And she says, it's all right if you're a little uncomfortable. I keep the door open so you can just drop by whenever you want and ask questions, and we can just get to know each other at whatever pace that you're comfortable with. That's no problem.
Okay. Question.
Girls.
I guess. I mean, I guess I could ask questions. Well, I don't need to ask that because I asked Malice. She's like, she says that out loud as she starts, like, thinking. She's like,
Lumi tilts her head to one side, just smiling, a little bemused, but you know, okay.
oh, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Well, because you need protection because you're going around.
Lumi's eyebrows go up and she kind of
Right.
glances at the ceiling.
That-
Protection, right. That's the word. That's what we're calling it. All right.
That's what we're... Okay, that's what we're... Okay, now I have a question. What we're calling what?
Don't worry about it.
I will. I am. Please tell me.
Well, I'm a bard. I don't necessarily need protection. It's just traveling
You're like
with
a
group.
well, you're like a musician.
Yes.
You're gonna hit someone with your lyre? What?
It's a demonstration. Casts fire.
Musicians are all over the place. Bards aren't necessarily. The bard class is very interesting because sorry,
Well-
I don't need to. There's so much lore about it, and like people can be like, "Yeah, I'm a musician," and they don't often say, "I'm a bard." So Vivra's just like, "So you're a music person." A lot of people do music. That you know. Vivra doesn't understand why that means you can protect yourself.
Lumi simply holds one hand out and she creates her dancing lights. She's not really trying to do anything particularly stunning, just a little cantrip. Well, I have some latent magic, so I'm able to protect myself fairly okay from typical highway robbers, but it's better
You're
to
a
travel
mage,
in
like
group.
a sorcerer or a wizard.
Well, no, I'm a bard. It's different.
Uh-huh. I guess I'll have to trust you on that. I don't know enough bards to know anything about that, really.
It works similar to a sorcerer, I think. I did have to go to school for it, though. I had
So
to
a
learn
wizard.
how.
Vivra's trying to understand. She's
Kind of the. I think that wizards have to keep more of a written record of what they can do. Mine is more innate.
okay.
So
So
a
you
sorcerer.
have to. So you. I'm trying to understand. You have to learn like a wizard, but you also have the magic like a sorcerer. So you're both, kind of.
And I use my lyre as my focus for things that are more than like dancing lights or message.
Clear.
What? Wait, wait. What is Vivra's focus? I need to find this real quick because she has because druids have focuses. I think it's just a druidic focus.
Oh.
Where is it? Where's your focus, girl?
Gone. You don't have
I
it.
can't find
I
it.
stole it.
You stole it.
Oh.
Oh,
Psalm
no.
8 her focus.
Psalm 8 my focus.
Typical ADHD group can't find their focus.
Typical 80. Apparently, it's well. She uses something as a druidic focus, and I don't. Oh, she has a totem.
There you
Girl, what is your totem?
go. Frog. I've decided.
It's a frog. Well, I was gonna pull out a little fox, because that's the thing that she
No.
fights. Because she's like, no, I'm a wolf.
No.
What? Why did I give you a totem as a focus? Why has this never been brought up before? Why have I never talked to Zom about this before? Anyway,
Either way.
what if she pulls out the pawn?
Oh,
That would be wild.
there you go.
No, she had a focus before the pawn. She reaches in for her focus and it's turned into no. That'd be no. It's a little. We're keeping on theme with the fox spirit healing spirit thing. She pulls out a little fox and she's like, "So it's like this, but you need music."
That's very much similar. And Lumi grabs her lyre from where it's sitting on her desk and brings it up. This one was actually a gift. It was enchanted as a gift.
To you?
Yes, to me.
No, who?
Oh,
Who
Luigi-
gave it to you?
There
Sorry,
we go.
Discord's being stupid again.
Now that is the question. I don't remember who gave her the lyre in the first place. We combined
tisk.
some.
Her
Mix
We
some
combined a
things.
little bit of information together, so that's on
above
me.
table, it was her first mentor,
Well,
Okay, it
and
was
then
her
it was
first,
enchanted as a
and
gift.
Malice enchanted it.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you for remembering because I was like, which tab
Which
is that
things have
in?
we
It's
combined
okay, I'm
together?
your biggest fan. I know everything.
Why,
Jaxi knows
Jaxi
all
is
the
the producer.
Yeah. The stuff that I don't remember or have access to, Jaxi's real good at remembering. I'm over here like, your height is...
My first mentor actually gave me my lyre. I was pretty good at music as a little girl, and so this was the gift that I got for my skill, I suppose.
Is your first mentor a secret?
I don't remember their name.
Oh.
I'm not that old for a Rito, but I was probably only about 15 or 16 when I got this, and I'm in my 60s now.
Eye blinks and she kind of, like, after a pause goes, well, you look great.
I was about to say, I think that means Lumi's the oldest in the group, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Based on how they aged, dear God.
Unless Demira is actually hundreds of years old.
Who
Ooh,
knows?
mystery amnesia music.
Am I 1 week old or 1 century old?
Who knows?
Who knows? But until we figure that out, we can assume that Lumi is the oldest.
But Malice is the one who enchanted it for me. That's well within his wheelhouse. I'm not good at the enchantment part of this. I do the calligraphy, and he comes behind me and does the enchantments.
Dang. Did you design the runes that are in his products?
I did, actually. I designed quite a few of them. And she pulls out her stone again to show it in her hands, gets up and crosses over to show Vivra. This one was in particular one of my designs.
A design that looks kind of like Demira's, but it's the heart and stuff instead?
Yep, it's her little heart.
I'm going. Oh, that's the
You're
Beerus.
running!
Don's like, wait a second, I got this.
There we go.
Zom's like, I have a job, I can do something! I can be the DM again!
Alright, I'm here.
There you go. It's there.
That's Demira's.
A heart in this one, interesting.
Delay.
There we go.
Yeah, there's a
I am
delay.
delayed,
Vivra will see it and the similar sort of strokes and stuff and go, huh. So you... Wow. All of those, huh?
Not all of them. This one was the first one that I designed, and he has added a couple more. I'm very good with calligraphy. It's only recently that he has given me that much freedom. I'm one of his apprentices.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I guess. I think. Do you put these markings on weapons ever?
I've never done one for a weapon. That's something that we would do on special requests.
Have you
Lumi
ever gotten
kind of-
a special request?
Lumi's kind of making a face as she's linking together the...
Yeah, Vivra doesn't know that Demira showed it, so Vivra's beating around the bush.
Like, the weapon and the rune and...
Yeah.
Lumi's putting the puzzle pieces together. Vivra
Yeah.
has no idea what she's talking about.
Well, Vivra's like, have you ever gotten a special request?
If you're asking if we are the ones who created Demira, that answer's no. I've never
Right.
seen the rune before. In fact, I really ought to write to Malice and let him know that there's someone else who does rooms like us. That's kind of concerning.
Malice know who does it?
I don't know if he even knows that there's anyone else who has done rooms the way that we do, so I guess we'll find out together, won't we?
Guess it wouldn't hurt to ask. Yeah. I don't know. No, she's trying not to say things. She starts like him-hawing. She's like, yeah, we can talk to him.
Lumi kind of tilts her head back and forth. I could try and send a letter ahead, but he will be here for the coronation, so it's probably something.
Ask him.
Yeah, I can just
Okay.
write down a note to ask him about it when he comes.
Yeah,
I don't trust that a letter would make it before he arrives.
Thank you. I was more thinking like that letter wouldn't get intercepted, or like the other people who made the rune would. Never mind. It's fine. Well, yeah. How long? When's he coming? Just on the day?
Would Lumi know exactly when
Yo.
Alice is gonna be here? DM?
Metagaming Pigeon, you'll meet him at the coronation. Ooh.
Okay. I don't remember if he told us that, so I'm just assuming that Vivra doesn't remember either.
I think that he's supposed to arrive day of.
Okay. It's fine. It's, we're probably fine.
It shouldn't be that big of a deal. If anything, that rune probably just gives Demira some extra protection or some sort of defense buff, perhaps. Maybe additional strength.
I mean, that's probably good for them.
It can't be anything bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't say can't.
Surely.
Oh,
You've
got a lot of optimism, don't you?
Well, you wouldn't want to enchant a weapon that you were using with something that would hinder the weapon, now would you?
Unless it was just for, like, transporting the weapon or something. But, I mean, nothing bad's happened yet. So it's probably good. Probably. Yeah.
Just a little faith. Until we are proven otherwise. How does that sound?
I can try.
A for effort.
Thanks. She was about to just be like, "Don't." I was like, she's trying. Anyway, is there anything you want to talk about?
Lumi opens her mouth and then she thinks twice about the question that she was going to ask. Because
She's looking at her eye.
She saw Vivra before she gave away her eye, and now she has seen Vivra after she's given away her eye, and she has enough decorum to not
Point it out.
How about
it's rude.
If she's staring or trying not to stare, I could roll perception
The thing where
against your...
She's looking at your eyes, but she keeps trying not to look at the bad one.
It's specifically only looking you in the good eye.
Yeah.
Demira is so...
Because I was going to say, if you want an opportunity for it, I could roll my perception, which is at disadvantage, totally unrelated to the current situation. And you can roll either deception or perhaps sleight of hand to not let me notice that you're glancing or avoiding thereof.
Oh, yeah. I'll do
Let's
a
do it.
contested
Winter,
deception roll.
no. Winter, no.
Yeah, Bard, roll a.
But-
Oh yeah,
I'll challenge your deception. Sure.
No, you're deceiving. I'm
Or, yeah,
perceiving.
My deception.
So at disadvantage, beat an 8. Do it. Beat the
Oh.
8. Roll
Done.
that one.
No, done. That is a 6 plus a 7.
On my dice, I got a 3 and a 7. So
Hey.
we didn't roll high, but I knew your deception was gonna be pretty good. So I was like, if I get a 17, I'll be okay. No, it didn't happen. So I don't notice. So, oh well.
Fine. Lumi is very good at not pointing things out.
She's
The
a
dice say
bard.
so.
I knew she was gonna be good at it. I
Mhm.
was just like, there's a chance.
There is a chance. She can always nat 1.
Yep.
Yes, very true. It would have been so funny if we both crit failed, though. We're just Vivra being so awkward and avoidant, and Lumi just.
Very obvious.
Yeah.
God bless.
Oh, bless their heart.
Actually, I don't know how long you and your group have been traveling together. I haven't asked Akari or Demira yet. How long have you all been together?
Well, I would say almost 4 months, but depending on who you ask, we've been gone for a year and a half. Almost 2 years at this point, though. I guess, to others, it's another story. But I would say almost 4 months.
Right, so not.
Oh,
very
it
long
is
at all.
4 months at this point. Yeah. Well, 4 months is a long time to some people, but comparatively, I guess it's not a long time. Maybe.
Well, do you all know each other relatively well? Get along relatively well? I see that Akari and Demira are
I
quite
mean,
friendly.
oh yeah, the others they seem to be doing great, you know? They get along, and Velkorin and Akari are friends, so that's cool. Yeah. Whatever.
And yourself?
Fine.
Well, you're welcome to come around in the evenings when we're together if you would like. I play my lyre at night for the Akari. Or if you would like someone to train with a bit, I use a rapier and a bow, actually. And I could always use a sparring partner.
Wait, did Discord not pick that up?
Apparently not.
I'm gonna
Oh,
freaking
you've been cutting out a
fight
lot
this
tonight.
dice. What if I turn my freaking? Please pick me up, Discord. Pick me up. I'm lost. I want to go home.
Oh,
Um,
that's
Pick me
Velkorin.
up, I'm scared.
So what I said was, you want to train?
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I can always use the work. It's honestly not easy for me to find someone to work with my rapier with.
Usually train in the mornings, and for the most part, we're. I mean, recently, since last week, I've been working on my. There's lack of vision. She kind of lowers her head, like, I don't see well anymore.
No.
So sad.
she doesn't want to bring it up either, but she's like, if you're gonna, I'm not the best sparring partner, because right now, I have a handicap, or I guess that would give you a handicap. I never quite understood the term.
Her depth perception is shit right now.
Yeah.
Well, would it benefit you as well to have someone else to work with? I'm not necessarily the best with my sword, so we might be on even footing.
I doubt that. Call it a hunch. But I mean, in the mornings I'm training with Okoku, and when Velkorin's available, he sometimes trains. And then in the evenings, as the sun is setting, I would prefer to be meditating, but I mean, I guess more training wouldn't hurt too badly.
It's just an offer. You don't have to take me up on it. It won't hurt my feelings, I assure you.
I mean, good to know, I guess, but also, I don't know.
If you would like me to come along at any point, you are free to come and knock if Okoku or Velkorin are both busy. How does that sound? Open invitation.
Okay. I can work with that. So awkward. I made this PC. This is my character and I love her. But she is so awkward. Speaking of musical instruments though, this is above table. Zom, she would have remembered what Wither taught her, right?
Yep.
What was it called again? I deleted it because she forgot it. What was it called? What was the song?
Song of Healing.
I have it written down in my notebook somewhere.
And
Could just
she'd
be the
only
Song
had
of
it.
Healing.
I think she only had it like half memorized, right?
I believe you only used it maybe once or twice.
Okay, so
But
I'm just
I know
gonna write
I know
down.
Wither was the only one that actually memorized it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna put down half memorized, if that's okay.
It casts calm emotions on living people and has an extra effect on spirits. It's a special song of healing from Granny.
Calm emotions on living, special effect on death.
On
Dead.
spirits, yes.
Okay. I was just writing it down real quick in my info. So I think after probably a bit of an awkward silence again, she would go, "Oh, so wait, so if you're good at music, I know an old friend taught me or tried to teach me a song a while back, but I only remember part of it. If I played it for you, could you see if you know the rest?"
I could certainly give it a shot.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out the special ocarina and try to play the song.
Perform it.
Yes. Let's do this. Oh, I'm gonna use my flower dice because it's Wither's thing that she taught me.
Cool.
Let's see. So that's just a 10, unfortunately. Yeah.
Alright. You roll a 10. Lumi, I'll have you roll a... I'll just have you roll an insight to see if you can pick up what she's playing.
Let's see how well I do. That's gonna be insight, right?
Yes.
That's a 14.
Since you're a bard, roll it at advantage. You're good with music.
Oh, that's cool. With advantage, that's a 27.
Jeez.
Holy smokes!
Jesus. Oh.
Wow!
Beautiful
Beautiful bards.
I will say, jeez. Fuck. Okay, I was like, if she rolls at least a 10, she'll
Like,
be able
oh yeah,
to
I
play
wrote
it. If
that
she rolls
song,
a
actually.
she rolls a 15, she'll be able to pick up on it. You rolled a 27, so I'll say you 100% like Vivra. You can see that Vivra's because Vivra rolled low, so Vivra's kind of struggling to remember the song, but at least has the notes
It makes
there.
sense.
You take those notes and basically recreate the song perfectly that what Vivra is playing, but obviously actually the right proper notes and everything.
Vivra's playing slowly, having to. I mean, she learned it, then forgot, then remembered everything all at once. So,
So Vibra's doing like really good, actually.
all things considered,
Comparatively, yeah. It was not considered a success for the means of memorizing it, but it did still. I mean, you still played the song,
Nice.
so you at least got the notes, and then with what Lumi rolled, she was able to pick up the intent, essentially. Which, after you play the song, you essentially use calm emotions on Vivra, because you didn't. I don't think Vivra
Oh,
explained
man.
that it was a spell, not just a song.
Correct.
I'm not freaking out anymore.
Vibra is very
Vivra's shoulders kind of relax a bit, and she's like, "Yeah, that's wow."
So what?
I'm a.
What kind of song is that?
Do I know what the song is? I don't think Wither told her. Oh, Wither mentioned the calm emotions or no?
I mean, you would have felt the calm emotions a few
I would
times.
have felt it.
Wither played it a
True.
few times when Vivra was having like panic attacks.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's a spell that not a spell, a song that calms people, has a tendency to do so when done successfully at least.
Well, like calm emotions,
Yeah.
which is a spell that Lumi has.
Vivra, with her high intelligence and spellcasting knowledge, because she has proficiency in Arcana, she probably would know what calm emotions is as well anyway.
Yeah. I would say for you, Lumi, since you actually know the spell, for you it catches you off guard because you just played the song and the effect happened. It did not cost one of your spell slots to do it. So
Interesting.
this is special for obviously different for some reason. It's special.
And
There might be a different
now
thing
Lumi-
than what you know as the calm emotion spell.
now Lumi would also know the song, so she can practice it.
Yeah, 27, my
And I'm
gosh.
gonna say with the 27, yeah, you don't. You're good. You're a bard and you rolled a 27. You know this song now.
Just immediately.
So,
Vivra over here struggling. Lumi, oh, I got it.
yes. So you can
We all have to make 3 successes. You just get it.
write it down in your
Well,
notes
I got
somewhere.
a nat 20 on the ghost music and instantly got that
Yeah.
one. So
Yeah.
Vivra,
Yeah, that second roll was a 19, and then I
Jeez.
have
Oh, nice.
a lot.
amazing.
She locked that in.
That's perfect.
All right. So for you,
Perfection.
Lumi, write it down in your notes somewhere. But you can use when you play the Song of Healing, you can cast the Calm Emotions spell once per day.
Got it.
It will have an additional effect for ghosts, but you don't know that yet. But just write that down so you remember. Ghosts and spirits have an additional effect. Just so I remember and you remember when you use it.
Got
Lumi
it.
just doesn't know that part yet, unless Vibra knew about that part of it, which I don't think anybody knew about that except for whether
Just because she experienced
Ow.
it.
Yep.
She still didn't know the specifics, but
Yeah,
she
exactly.
was a spirit.
And if it was cast on that one ghost in the mansion, I believe Vivra was in the other room, so she wasn't there to experience that.
I don't think we.
'Cause
we
remember,
learned it
someone was
after.
playing it
Fran taught
constantly.
to us.
No, but remember,
After.
somebody. I thought someone was playing music while Velkorin talked to the ghost person, so that the ghost person wouldn't go away.
I think that
And they-
It
was
might have been.
whether-
Oh, that was-
Granny.
whether it Granny or something. No, Granny couldn't go into
Oh,
the
no,
mansion,
no,
remember?
just kidding. That was me with the ghost song.
Oh, just kidding. That
I
me.
was just playing it. I was like, wait.
Who was
kidding.
that? Oh, me.
Oh, did I do that? Oh, sorry. I thought
yeah,
it was
Gran-
this. Okay, just kidding.
Granny taught us the Song of Healing after we helped the spirit.
Yes.
That makes, yeah, okay, got it. Yep. Yeah, never mind.
So yeah, Lumi was able to play this, pick up what Vivra was trying to play, and played it flawlessly, as bards do. And then the effect, the calm emotion effect, that just happened, which she would have noticed. So, continue.
That's a very interesting song, and that's quite useful, actually. That didn't expend. Where did you learn that? That's a very useful song.
Well, like I said before, an old friend of mine tried to teach it to me. I didn't quite get it. I'm not a musician. Not really. I only know a couple of songs.
Well, practice makes perfect, and I'm more than happy to share some of the songs that I know. If you'd like someone to play with.
I wouldn't mind that, actually.
You can join me, before you do your meditation, we can play a little bit. How does that sound?
I think I'd like that. And you, like, she's being a lot more matter of fact because of the calm emotions. She's like, like, the nervous antsiness is gone for the time being, so she's actually being genuine.
Alright, well, then I will see you again in the evenings. And Lumi smiles.
Today, wait, is this evening or starting, like, tomorrow?
Tomorrow. I think tomorrow would be better.
That makes sense. Thank you for playing the song for me.
You're quite welcome. That's the first time that I've picked a new one up in a while, so that was fun.
I'll teach you another some other time. Zom, it'd be like getting later in the afternoon now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Vivra will stand up if she wasn't already and say, I think I'm gonna start heading over to meditate now. But
Right.
I'm glad I came over here.
I'm glad you did as
Surprisingly
well.
enough.
It was nice to properly meet you and to learn that I've got someone to share my music with in this group.
And Vivra will give her a sort of bow and say, thank you. Have a good evening, Lumi.
Lumi does a little curtsy in return. You as well, Vibra.
And she will calmly leave the room. And I'm gonna check calm emotions to see what happens when it wears off.
Okay. And then so continue our weekly shit. Lumi, I think, was the last one. What are you doing for the remainder of this?
The remainder of Lumi's week, she will be continuing her previous week's routine, but now she adds in getting to do music with Vivra in the evenings.
Plan. All right, perfect. All right, we're getting close to our time, so I got one more thing, and then we'll wrap it up. So at the start of the third week, Vivra, while you're having your discussion with Okoku.
Oh, me.
Oh, you.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
you.
me.
After this, we'll probably just skip the last 2 weeks pretty quick, but we'll next session I'll do that, but I'm just whatever. Ignore me. Anyways, yeah, Okoku, you guys are having your typical morning training and your morning tea, and towards the end of that, she stops you before you leave and talks to you, asking you, besides the training you've been doing, I noticed you've been meditating more in the evening to try to bring yourself closer to nature, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I have a proposition for you. If you would like to or think to. Your final week here. There is the trial of Lost Forest that we could work on with you that might help you solidify some of these answers that you're looking for. An easy trial, to say the least, but I figured I would offer it to you. You seem to be picking up what you're looking for better now.
Am I correct in assuming that I'm going to purposefully walk into the Lost Forest?
For the most part, there is an elixir that I'll make for you. You'll take that before you leave into the forest, and it kind of... essentially, you are going to let the forest take over.
And I'm going alone.
The Guardian will be there to make sure you don't go too far, but for the most part, yes. Something you need to do by yourself.
He'll pause for a moment and then say, okay, if you think I'm ready to do something like this, I'll do it.
We'll see how things go after this week coming here. I think you're ready, which I kind of already do. We'll make that for you for the final week and see what goes from there.
Alright. Keep doing what I'm doing then, and I guess I'm not sure what else to do to prepare for it.
Continue your meditation in the evening. Strengthen your mind. That's the best thing to do.
Right. I can do that.
Good. I think it's something that will work out for you.
I really hope so.
And with that, we will call the session for this week. Just because I know Alistair needs to get going, skedaddle. So we will come back next session in 2 weeks from now. For the players, just try to keep in mind what you guys would like to do for the remainder of the 2 weeks. And then after that, we'll continue on from there. So, for you guys, feel free to message me if you don't have any ideas or if you want to expand on it. Otherwise, we'll just start off right away and try to skip through it quickly. But yeah, we'll go from there. After the last 2 weeks, then you guys will be on your way out to heading off to Lake Hylia to meet the Zora royal family and witness the coronation. So yeah. But yeah, with that, we will finish off for the evening, and thank you all so much for coming. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Why?